Somebody got banned by you earlier, Paladin of Azure.
Oh, that reminds me.
What's the name? Azure. Uh-oh.
Azure, I think. Was it? Yeah.
I think we're I just got hurt. I just heard myself.
Yep, I hear myself. Where mics are hot.
Oops.
Going in hot now.
Yes.
Oh no.
Hot mics. Well,
Lolly, 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 get your hot mics here.
Y'all are gonna. Well, fuck it. We might as well put the. We might as well go for real live. I just heard someone's. Phone.
Oh crap! I did not mute my phone. Yep. I was like, oh right, I tweeted.
Oh yeah, I should do that. I should retweet that. Hi everybody. But the good news is that means you can hear us because I'm using the new mic and you can hear me. Yay. So hashtag not sponsored, but thanks Elgato for the mic.
Nice. Oh, you got a wave 3 too?
Yeah. So it took like the devil to fucking set it up, but
agreed. I have one too, and I was like, I don't understand.
I know I want one just because I want things.
Let me bug people.
I mean, please do because I can't like DM them and I can't email them. So like by all means, tell them I have a lovely community full of burgeoning streamers who always want to know what equipment we're using.
And also, that was me because that was me. That was my fault. Sorry. Hi everybody. Hi. How you doing? How? We ain't even started talking and we're already fucking around.
Already lit.
Blickamore asked what you're drinking, Brian.
So this is the California Roots pre-bottled sangria from Target, and I have added so basically a $5 bottle of sangria, which I added some vodka, some honey simple syrup, and some orange juice too.
Hey Fluffy, I like how Dosmith is like it's gonna be one of those streams.
Surely is. And I am drinking. If somebody can go ahead and link the Under the Bridge cider sponsorship thing. I'm drinking Millions of Peaches peach cider, and it is pretty. It's my favorite of the 4 that I bought.
Nice.
These fucking fruit flies are about to get on my goddamn nerves.
Oh no, are they still?
For fuck's sake, I am on the internet.
Oh no,
They want to be on the internet too.
They clearly they're trying to get a little something in here. I swear to God. And I'm not even wearing anything weird or fragrant.
You don't have to wear anything
today.
You don't have to wear anything weird. You're just a special person who.
At least, like, do I smell like rotting fruit? Is that what the flies are trying to tell me? Because I ain't down with that. That's not okay.
I'm just like, I don't know where this is going, but okay. Hi everybody.
Hi.
No Chillamegs, but I may need that.
I have seen the company that does it. They do a lot of things, and I felt like the boxed wine and cheese at combo pack sold out fairly quickly. By the time it had been announced, I went to look for it, and it was already like unavailable. So that might be gone. Hey Luma.
Hey Luma, I'm trying to find the name of the Moscato I'm drinking because I'm a cheap date.
Someone should make Moscato named Mosquito. It stings you. I don't know.
I mean, you're gonna feel the sting the next day, depending on how sweet it is.
Yeah, because this is like what is it you say, Brian? 1 bottle is a serving.
1 bottle is a serving.
Oh, I have those 1 bottles a serving nights, and then the next day I'm like, oh, well, shit.
I'm sorry, 1 bottle was not a serving. We're gonna cut that in the name of Jesus. That's not what we do.
That's what we do.
I see. I am learning.
You got to catch up.
No, my ex is always like, I got us some wine, and I was like, oh, this is not enough. There's 2 of us.
Wow.
That's
actually how my ex was. He loves him some wine.
I mean, we're the old queers that learn to drink early and often. So.
Oh, thank you, Dosva, for keeping up on our drinking.
I love you, Dosbiff. That is amazing. So we have gathered together this evening to talk about all the shit going on in the world, and specifically about us and the things that people say and do to us as Black creators in this space. So I know. I mean, hold on. There's a fan.
Sorry, let me mute.
Hold on.
Oh wait, if I do.
Also, everyone say how much you love Tiny in chat before she gets back to the back.
Hurry up. Yeah. All right, I can do a virtual background on this, can't I?
Brian and I match.
Do we? Oh, right. Oh, fuck, that's the wrong one.
I like that there's more than once you can say this is the wrong one.
There we go. It's on.
Oh, that's loud. That's loud to me. Oh my god, we all...
See? It's gorgeous. It is gorgeous.
Of course.
Oh my gosh.
Of course, but also this isn't my favorite one. My favorite one, if you've been on my stream, you know this. Iconic. Ooh.
Where does that one come from? That one is distinctly a show one, isn't it?
No.
Okay.
It was just on Amazon. It was like iconic, and it's bold and black, and that's me. So
everybody is saying iconic, and I feel like some show must have just started using that because everyone is like.
So I don't know if they are, but it's become a thing in my circle because of this fan. It's like, what are you? You're cute, you're hot, but me, iconic.
No, that's not gonna work.
Oh, damn it.
There we go.
Wow. Brian, I love you, Brian. But you...
Gay AF tonight. There we go. All right.
As opposed to any other day? We've known each other too long, and I owe you from earlier, sir.
Fair. Green screen, right?
Courier 3 said that they got one in a swag bag from a drag drive-in show?
Oh, I've heard of people doing the drag drive-ins. Like, yeah.
Now you're like, let me be more gay. And I'm the one that's finally showing my living room because I'd spent all day Saturday cleaning it. Now and y'all are all like,
I won't be super gay. I'll be like space gay because Sirius made this for me and I still love it.
I mean, can we all agree that we're just gay as fuck?
Yep.
Also, chat, let me know how my audio is because I finally got this Wave 3 to work. And it only took like most of today. Because also shout out to Dosbiff who hopped on not just a Zoom call but a Discord call to help me with this.
Nice. Come on, Dosbiff. Dosbiff is like, that's my guy.
Everywhere you want to be.
And look, this mic better be loud and clear as much trouble as it was to set it up.
There we go.
That's very on brand.
I'm the worst tonight. I'm just making sure it's not too flashy.
I'm a bit louder.
Okay,
I can fix that. So hopefully that helps. Because the y'all are, if they're saying you're a bit quiet, just let me drop my own audio.
But the issue is, I will say that my gain is a little low. The only thing I don't like right now, for me, I don't know if you feel differently, is that my Yeti didn't pick up my AC as much as my Elgato is.
Oh, the Wave now?
Yeah, I had a Blue Yeti, and I turned with the Elgato. If I'm like where I was with that, you hear that thing so loud.
Boost your gain though. People are saying that you're still really low, so go ahead and boost it. We'll figure it out.
It's here now. What's up? Oh wait,
which one is? Hold on.
Why do I hear myself?
I don't. I hear myself as well.
Because of my Wave 3.
The Wave 3 monitoring is on by default.
Yeah.
Okay, let me turn. Oh, that's gain the other way. Okay, hopefully that's better.
Yeah, that you're louder to me too.
Okay, I will speak accordingly.
No, don't like that. There we go.
Yeah, the monitoring feature is both good and bad because when Dosbiff and I got on a call, I'm like, why do I hear my voice? And I'm like, what's happening here?
Yep.
Because I was like,
and
I did not sim wife.
How loud is my how loud is my for y'all? How loud is my AC? I don't care. I really don't.
Oh, now that I think about it, I actually hear it, but it's so buzzy. Not buzzy. It's in the background. It's like way in the background.
Great. Okay, I don't give a shit. Goodbye.
Nope, can't hear your AC at all until you said something. Like I didn't realize you had it all.
Yeah, like now that I'm listening for it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's what that is. But it's like whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it is not a proper stream without audio issues. That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I didn't even notice, and I've got a fan like 3 feet away from me. So, well, the AC it's loud. See, this is what we're doing.
Yep.
It's okay. We figured it out.
Yeah. So, but let's talk about that. That is a good entry into kind of our discussion.
And before, real quick, before somebody feels called out when they say this is not a target. It just so happened it's starting to happen when this topic comes up.
Oh, hold on. Let me find the tweet just so I can roll up in here.
Go ahead, Taya. Sorry.
No, so like for those of you that don't stream, we're discovering that a lot of people either don't realize how difficult it is to stream, or all the things that can go wrong, both in and out of our control. And one thing that we're talking about is if one person or if a moderator mentions, hey, like, oh, you're quiet, because I kept getting that I was quiet, like on my stream, on Rivals, etc. 20 other people do not need to also then chime in. Because after one person says it, trust me, the streamer knows. And either a moderator has pinged us, we've seen the 20 people in the chat say it, and it actually just kind of, at least for me, and I want you all to talk about it, it's like, for me, it throws me off, especially like, I'm literally trying to fix it, and 5, 10, 20 people still telling me, you're quiet, what's that noise, can you boost this, and it's like, I know, all the tapping you hear, that's me trying to fix it. And sometimes you can't fix it unless you take the stream down. So it's like, I can take the stream down and maybe come back, maybe not. Maybe you all have annoyed the fuck out of me. And I'm like, deuces, I'm out.
Yeah, hold on. Oh, wait. Because I can't see the gain knob, so I'm basically reaching around back and I'm twisting it in either direction to see if I get the reaction that I want.
Okay, ASMR, calm down.
There we go. Okay, I think that's better.
Vote in the chat if Brian should do ASMR streams, like After Dark ASMR.
Y'all flies better get the fuck off my goddamn... See, that's
the flies wanted the ASMR too.
I'd be halfway into ASMR and then I'd be like, mother fuck.
But yes, what do you two think about this? And the whole, yes, we know things are happening.
It's tough because... You know, and I think V's Muse said it, and Fierce Kittens said it. It'd be nice if when you entered chat, you could see maybe the past 15 to 20 lines, because I know some people who and the thing is, I know that maybe you just popped in, you just noticed, and you maybe think you're the first person to say something, without realizing that any number of like 2 to 200 people are also typing and about to hit enter, and it's like. Like we know, and if we're live, like I know there was one time and it was a member, it was a friend, and they were like, oh well, maybe change the bit rate or maybe do this, and I was like, if I do any of those things, I have to stop the stream. I can't do those things while I'm streaming, so I have to stop, and I'm auto hosting, which means that you're logging it send somewhere else, and then I got to come back, and it's just awkward. But yeah, like, and during the rival stream, somebody kept saying, I hear a noise, and I'm like, yeah, that's that. I hear a clicking noise. I'm like, that's called a mouse and a keyboard. That's what that might be.
I mean, I'm not gonna say one. I'm gonna say two things, but I kind of think they go into the same realm. Is that sometimes people come into a chat, or they come into a stream, and they're thinking about it from their own point of view. And with that, if it's not perfect to what they believe a stream should be, they will comment on it. And I say all of the time, this is not a perfect stream. I've only been doing this for 5 months. I mean, consistently doing it for 5 months. I know a lot, but at the end of the day, I'm not sitting here with 6 screens with a key light and all this stuff and being all like perfect at this thing. Things are going to go wrong. But I also say we have moderators for a reason. Trust and believe they've seen it or they hear it and they will contact us. Your job as a viewer is to view. It's in the name. Now, obviously, sometimes I also say, like, I'll use an example. I'm having some issues with my OBS keep going red with health. And I was like, so this is what I'm telling out chat. If I pixelate, let me know. I give that permission for you to say blank is happening or blank's happening, but don't just come out the gate being like, yeah, I'm hearing that clipping. Or what's that droning happening in the back? It's my AC. Like, you're going to hear these things. You're going to deal with it.
It's summer. It's hot. That's what's up. I'm sorry. I am trying to get myself more in frame because it bothers me when you can see the edges because this green screen is not wide enough.
It's okay.
The world isn't wide enough.
Elgato.
World is wide enough.
But yeah, I mean, it's just one of those, like, understand that if you're new, when I say new, I mean if you're a recent person coming into someone's stream and you notice something going wrong, wait, because 9 times out of 10, someone has said it before you join. And it'd be different if it's like going on for an hour, but no, even then, like, I don't think it's your job to be my tech support.
And I will hack onto that to say, I guarantee you the streamer,
Shifted Soul.
Thanks,
the
Shifted
streamer
Soul.
knows. Thank you. Oh, hello.
Hey, how you doing, friend?
That's my baby Zaddy.
Non-person specific, but hey.
I like how you whipped out the daddy fan while you said that.
Array deserves the big fan. But chances are the streamer knows. The streamer knows backwards and forwards every time. And it gets me for stuff that the streamer cannot control. Like when my bitrate goes down, I can't do anything about that. I can't magically fix the internet. So 15 people saying, is it buffering for anyone else? Because I get it. Maybe you think it's Twitch. I sometimes also think it's Twitch. I also don't express that. I don't express that thought out loud. Damn.
Wow, Daddy Beyond.
Wow.
Oh my God.
New name.
I'm gonna have to talk to Lauren to see if I can get that on a shirt.
I mean,
don't sue me, D&D Beyond, if I roll up with the Daddy Beyond shirt at the con. I'm just saying.
But hi, I just want to say hi to Shifted Soul. Thank you, Raiders. We're just chilling and having some real talk. It's after dark. We got libations, so buckle up.
Libations.
I got some $5 Moscato, but it's tasty.
What was that? You got what?
$5.
No, he's like, we got the $5. Some $5 Moscato.
Yep.
Chilling.
We're starting off with talking about streaming shit, and then we're about to get really grumpy about the way people act like we're public property because you're known.
Grumpy was the best word to describe this current trio. I think we're all grumpy in different ways.
No, I'm just an asshole. Let me just be real.
Well, no. It's like we're all we're all grumpy. Beyond. We all just we exude said grumpiness differently. I can be an asshole, but I'll also just like make you delete your account. I mean, I didn't say that out loud, but
look, that was on. So we can shift to that.
Whatever happens, and it happened.
But we can shift to that if we're done talking about the streaming stuff. 'Cause the other streaming thing is the backseating, and I know Vanessa had a good thread about that. And even like the other day during Dungeon Crossing, people were trying to tell me how to use D&D Beyond. Lauren, I'm sure you could probably look and tell me how long I've been using D&D Beyond, but it's years. Rivals has been on for 2 years. I've been using D&D Beyond, I think, since it existed. And it was simply, the screen grab wasn't enough to get what I needed. I'm like, I know how to use it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're just they're always, whether you're doing something with D&D Beyond or fixing a mic or whatever, there's always someone who has to add their solution. And I'm like, thank you for the idea, but it's not necessary because, like, not to call you all old, that's not what I'm saying, but you all have been playing this game for a long time. You're older than the game itself. Um, but I mean, that's just saying how there are so many people who think they're like experts at all these things because of whatever the case may be. And it's like, trust me, someone else knows. So just, again, if you don't have that sword or you're not someone I specifically called out, there's no point.
Yeah, and I don't know, like it's just, I guess I always think about like work because my day job is web dev, and I'm always like, okay, whenever something goes wrong, it's because like everyone has forgotten their roles and their expectations,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people in chat have never like, I don't know, like as somebody who's been on stage and been in the audience, as somebody who's performed on both sides of that, it's like you watching entertainment, that's a very, like, you should know how to act. You should know how to act and engage with this stuff. It is not like we're asking you to call stuff out and tell us what's wrong or tell us what to do next. And I've told people, like, it may sound like I'm asking a question, but I'm talking out loud because that's what I'm doing. I'm talking out loud.
Yeah, literally, I literally say that all the time. I'm like, trust me, I like pause my game. I'm gonna ask many questions. Don't answer them. They're rhetorical.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not actually asking. This is me going, does this actually go in here? No, it can't. You don't have
Yeah.
to answer that as I'm talking out loud.
Yeah.
Um,
We
And yeah.
actually had to make a command for Nora and K. Jemison because she does that a lot as she's playing games. But the thing is, it'll be something like Skyrim. She has played more Skyrim than just about anyone I know. She's sitting here with her little cheese house and her cheese room, looking for the wheels of cheese and minding her business. And people are like, hey, did you know, blah, blah, blah. And she's just like, I played this. I've beaten this. I've done this. I'm just chilling, looking for cheese. And as you can see, I've got a room per kind of cheese. I'm just enjoying myself. Leave me alone.
mm-hmm.
Oh
And
my god.
rewarded drawer, I totally get that. I get that sometimes and even like, especially if we're not using a face cam, if we're not looking at it, if we're looking off when we say something, yeah, it can come across as us maybe asking for help. But generally, generally anytime you want to try and wait for someone to explicitly say, okay, y'all, I need help, somebody weigh in on this. Otherwise, we're also, yeah, like we're, sadly, to watch me think to myself in my head and sit there totally silent, zoning off, is not very entertaining.
Yeah.
I'm told, you know. Uh,
Yeah, and reward, the easiest thing you could do in that case is if you're not sure, instead of just offering help, going, just ask, like, are you asking, like, do you want help, or are you just like thinking out loud?
Yeah.
which is huge. That is just, it's the tiniest consideration, but it's huge.
Yeah. 100%. It's like, don't just jump in with something. It's like, because we're not punishing people we're not saying don't say stuff in chat, but if you are, like, that consent, it's like, if you really think there's something happening, you really think there's stuff, because sometimes, yeah, I say, like, I'm really good at games, but I'm not perfect at games. And there might be a time where I'm like, holy shit, what is going on? And I don't answer something, and I just look like a state of shock. You asking, are you good? Or being like, not like, do you need help, but just trying to figure out what's going on. Let me be the one to be like, yo, I'm stuck and I can't handle it anymore. And then that's that. But I think asking questions is
Yeah.
is the easiest way. And we might say no, and that's okay if we say no. It is okay if we say no. But
Yeah.
you won't get penalized from asking a question. At least
And
that's my goal.
Brian says it straight up, and that this rolls back into the, if one person says a thing, thank you. Like, we don't need 10 people to say a thing. And yeah, chances are, just take a breath before you hit enter, because
Mm-hmm.
what you're about to say or what you're about to think may come up in chat. You know, whether it is telling someone how to solve a puzzle, or whether it is telling someone that you can't, like, that their mic might be a little low, all of those things.
Yeah, and I get that reward, and I totally get it. I mean, I catch myself doing it too. Like, Like when I was watching Brian stream Dream Daddy, I've played Dream Daddy a lot, and when he was also playing Speed Dating for Ghosts, I played it a lot, and I consulted on the game. So I was sitting there like, I'm just gonna.
I had to make sure I heard that.
I was like, sit on your hands. Sit on your hands.
Speed Dating for Ghosts, you heard me, but I was like struggling. You couldn't see me. I was struggling so bad.
Ghosts. Although speed dating for goats would also be an interesting.
Goats, and I was like,
no. Look,
no, I mean, this could be a thing too.
I mean, but there's already the game where you date pigeons as a human, so why not?
Right.
Yeah.
Either way, but the being told no, I think, is a good segue into the situation that CB just had, that a lot of us have had.
Yes. Okay, you're correct. I was going to try to segue to something else, but that is a good segue.
Don't lose the other thing, though. Don't lose the other thing.
I would definitely not lose the other thing because it's a whole topic.
Okay.
I mean, do you want to do the whole topic first, or do you want to segue into...
We're in the streaming aspect, so yes.
Okay, go for it.
This is going to be ASMR by the Critical Bard.
Oh my God.
Do not, I repeat, do not, in a stream, ask someone who happens to have a check mark and is somebody very visible in the gaming community, or anyone, when they're going to fucking be on Critical Role, when it's a show that's not Critical Role. Ooh. Let me look at the camera. I love Critical Role. Matt Mercer is a really close friend of mine. I actually consider Brian Foster a best friend of mine at this point. I'm not saying this as a friend. I'm saying this as a fucking human being. They are not the end-all, be-all of the tabletop D&D gaming community. No other stream is the end-all, be-all. If you're watching one stream, focus on that one stream. Don't ask about any other stream during that stream. Period. It's not cute. It's not respectful. And I don't know about Tanya or Brian, but in my channel, that gets you blocked.
Look.
Period.
So we can talk about that because...
Yeah, we can.
I mean, Brian, do you want to go first? Because I know that, like, the F-bomb meter is just going to go from 0 to filled when I start talking about that. So, Brian, please feel free.
I haven't had enough to drink yet for the F-bomb meter, but...
It's also not your channel, so you can say whatever the fuck you want. There's no penalty.
Fair enough. I already have enough of an issue, like, doing anything D&D related because everyone in chat has feelings about D&D, whether they're trying to help, whether they're trying to say they would do something differently, whether they're trying to, like, give us information. But I have not encountered the fandom of that very popular show.
I mean, just say it.
Yeah, I've not. I mean, I already don't have a great view. If you're into Critical Role, again, I'm going to refer to my tweet that I referred to earlier. I know a lot of trash people. This may not necessarily be about you, but if you're into Critical Role and you enjoy it, that's great. If you're not watching Critical Role, then the Critical Role jokes may not make any sense if you're in a different channel. They don't make sense to me. And we were doing Dungeon Crossing, and I was nervous AF because at the last minute we had somebody join of whom I am a huge fan, and I'm like, all right, let's just not fuck this up. Like, Brian, don't fuck this up. And we're having great fun. We're having a good rapport. And then people are like, we need to get this person on Critical Role. And it's like, we're not doing that right now. We are doing our thing over here. What the fuck is wrong with you?
And the worst part is no one, like, yes, Shannon has worked with Ashley. And Tanya is really close friends with Matt. But no one in that room was affiliated with Critical Role. So it was like, not only did you bring up this random show in this group, but you did it in the most random place for it to happen. It wasn't even like, this wasn't even like Critical Role Jason. The words critical and role were not even mentioned unless it was a critical failure or a success. Like, it wasn't even anything about it. So why did it get brought up? But that's that damn fandom.
And I've dealt with fandoms that are over the top, too much, out of control, however you want to say it. It's just everything doesn't have to funnel back into the show that you like. And you know, if you're, and this is a value judgment, so whatever, but if you're a good fan of something, even if I don't like it, I love the fact that you are hype. I love the fact that you have good energy, that maybe you want to explain to people what you like about it. Maybe you want to, if somebody says they're not into it, you can like nicely say, oh, well, maybe here's something about it you'd give a chance. But if you just roll into everything, and I think I said this is like, it's like you went to New York for a weekend, you wanted to see Hamilton, you couldn't afford Hamilton, so you got tickets to Cats, and then spent the entire time while sitting in Cats tweeting that it wasn't Hamilton. Like, I'm sorry, you're not watching that show, you're watching our show.
Right. And really quick before I get on my soapbox, thank you. Oh my god, I just blanked out except on your real name. Aaron, thank you for those gift subs. I'm so sorry. I just blanked on your Twitch name. I don't know why. I haven't even had that much wine. I just looked at the chat like what's happening.
That's fair.
I guess really quickly, I need both of y'all to go to my Twitter and look what I just posted. It has nothing to do with what we're just talking about, but
it is put my drink down with both hands for this.
It is the funniest thing I've ever read. And I'm like, I'm waiting for people to not read it and come for me. But that's why I did it.
Wait, what did you?
You know what? I can't fuck with that right now. You made that bed. You go lay in it.
No. Click it.
Oh yeah, no. This I know these. I know the site. I know that site. No. Oh, that's something. Wait for it.
No, you need Jesus today.
You do.
You need Jesus, Andraste, Allah.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You need Jehovah.
That's not right. That's not right. That's not right.
Because I know that people are going to be like, what? I'm like, you didn't even click it.
That reminds me of, I don't know if anybody remembers this, but the April Fool's Day that NPR posted an article, and the social media share on the article was people don't read anymore. And they counted how many clicks it got versus how many shares it got, because when you got to the article, it was like April Fool's, but people didn't even bother read. They just kept sharing it. And I'm like, you mad? You see, that's it. That is chaos, right? That is like, that's a level 11 chaos. That going all the way up to 11.
That's some chaotic. That's some chaotic neutral shit right there.
I am very much chaotic neutral. That is.
But true. That's great. It's like those sites where people are like, this is why you should vote Trump or something, and it just goes to like it goes to like sign it, like it went back to like registering to vote and all that. It's like, yeah, okay.
No, you gotta click. You gotta also click the report button. I'm sorry.
Okay, you and this fucking Joker laugh. Go mute yourself, damn. I think he did. So while he's having a moment over there.
I didn't know it had an extra. Oh god, I'm gonna look too, because now I didn't know it had.
I looked, but I'm like, I think he broke himself. CB.exe has failed.
That is very, very clever.
Wow, conniption. Okay. I haven't heard that in a while, man.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Oh Lord.
Okay, this is.
What does the report button do?
It says report it.
It just goes to a you mad page. It's just you mad.
No, I'm gonna say what it says. It says report this website, and you click report the website, and it says, ha, got him. Report these nuts. LMAO, you fucking potato.
Oh my god. Lord.
Oh, that is my energy, because I don't care. Anywho, okay.
All right. Deep breath.
Back to assholes and fandoms.
You may need some water. And Andraste, you need that. We need the MLK Church fan for CB right now.
Mm-hmm. And I'll say, if you're not following all of us, please go ahead and you can take a moment right now. If you're not following Urban Bohemian, Critical Bard, or Cypher of Tier, feel free to take a moment right now and go ahead and find our pages and follow us. We don't mind.
If someone with a mod sword could do shout out for CB and for Brian.
Oh my god!
I was about to do it myself, and I knew Das Biff was on it, so I'm like, never mind.
So I got frustrated with that whole thing, and here's the thing. So I don't know how many people know this. I'd never watched Critical Role until I met Matt in 2018. Mm-hmm. Mostly because I got a day job, and Critical Role was on from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. my time.
Come on.
Yeah, it's late.
And so, I never saw campaign 1, got into campaign 2, but after I met Matt at D&D Live. And and I view it as these are my friends because I have met him and I've got to know him as a real live human being, not as the godly DM Matt Mercer that people view him as. But also, he has himself said he is not the be all end all of being a DM, etc. And it's like people are just ignoring what he literally has said himself.
Yeah.
and and so and so for me, it was the annoyance of one when we just announced that we were doing this, because when we did the first one, we didn't know how it was going to work out, if we'd like it, if we'd want to do another one. We just thought it'd be a fun thing. And if it works out great, we can talk about, do we want to do it again? And this is before Thursday came and we did the show. And there are other people, like when Shannon like retweeted it or said she was going to be on it, it was like, so when are you going to be on Critical Role? And it's not even that they asked, it's that they're tagging Critical Role, they're tagging Matt, Marisha, and Ashley.
Oh, yeah.
Just making it super awkward all around. Like,
well, and also the way that and the day they were really doing that was also the day that Grant Imahara died. And
wow.
Matt and Marisha at least were really close to him. So this is not only rude as fuck to the people that are putting this stream on, and it's also, you're not being respectful of the fact he just lost someone really close to him. Whether or not you ever knew Matt or ever met him or whatever, or just follow him on Twitter or just like Critical Role, he is someone he's a real life person who just had a loss. And y'all are asking him, when this person who, Shannon is lovely, I had a great time, she was wonderful, but she also didn't know how to play the game, and she's still very new. Brian is relearning and getting reacquainted, and Gary and Adam had never played. And so you're basically, you're forgetting the other 4 people involved in this. You're ignoring the fact that a black woman, a black queer woman, is the one sitting down with people and teaching them to play as it's supposed to be a fun thing. And like the people that are also like, someone literally said, where was Jeff Kanata? Wherever the fuck Jeff Kanata lives. I like Jeff. I've met him. He knows how to play D&D. That wasn't the point of the stream.
Right.
People are like, why wasn't Ashley Johnson involved? Ashley's got a day job of being a voice actor and is on Critical Role.
Like, it's literally not what the stream was for. It was for new players or returning or people who hadn't played in a long time.
And it was
a learning show.
Right. I mean, and yeah, I mean, I really went into it thinking it was going to be just a one-off. We were going to have some fun, which we did. We had a great time. But yeah, it should have been very clearly like this was just, and for me, I felt like the 101 aspect of it was the best. And even the stream we did earlier, people really loved the fact that, okay, I can just watch somebody break down the process of how do I create a character? What does it mean to create a character? What does it mean to pick a... That, I think, resonated so much with people. I'm going to love, depending however long we keep doing this, I'm going to love those pop-up video moments where we're going to be like, okay, here's a great moment to talk about this. God, I wish it would come back.
No, you guys brought it back. Pop-up video. And also a thing for me that kind of like, not kind of, it irks me is that, I'm not going to like bring up specific subjects and we don't need to get into said subject, but for all this talk about, we're not going to play D&D anymore because it's run by white people and all this shit and nothing's changing. But when a black queer woman attempts to get more people into this game in a truly diverse way, y'all completely, and again, I love Critical Role, but y'all completely ignore that for the white as fuck show. And it's like you're not helping with the anything by doing this at all.
Well, that and it's like, and and I'm sure we can talk in circles about that, because the thing is, and I have a friend, I love her dearly, and she's got a really good reason to hate Critical Role because the fans have fucked with her to the point where and it's like, and we can talk about stan culture too, which y'all know I fucking hate stan culture. This this immediate rush to defend people. CR is Critical Role. And it's a great show. If you can stay up for 4 hours on a Thursday night, go forth and enjoy it.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, it really is.
It's been on for 6 years. However, if you're a new player, a lot of that's not going to make sense. It is not designed for someone who's new to jump in. Mm-hmm. And I lost my train of thought when I stopped to answer that question. What was I talking about?
You said talking in circles, and
who was treated badly by the fandom?
A friend of mine was treated very badly. Like, there have been times she had to lock her Twitter, and just even going, even just saying Critical Role is a all white show, which is not a lie, but it's just stands that. And here's the thing with stan culture: the people that you are standing for, 9 times out of 10 don't know you exist.
Accurate.
Yep.
You follow them on Twitter, you watch what they do, you've seen them in movies or on TV, and they are the first ones that will be in someone's mentions. How dare you talk about blah, blah, blah. And it's like, they don't fucking know you exist. You're probably the fan that writes them so much, they just throw your shit in the trash because you're creepy.
And that's going to be a good segue into what we were talking about earlier. That's in parasocial relationships. But just, you stan culture, especially you're trying to again, we said the thing, Critical Role is the white as fuck show. The people of color, black people or whatever, we know that's the truth. Critical Role also knows this. And there are some of the people who are actually trying to change that, with time. Contracts are a thing, y'all. The time is a thing, y'all. So nothing's going to change overnight. I think, quick side note, my favorite posts are the ones they should just stop production and get a new cast and crew right now.
What?
Yeah, whoa. I see that a lot. They're they know how to fix this. They're not doing it yet. They need to stop production, and they need to bring some people of color into there. 1, that's tokenizing. 2, fucking contracts. 3, that just makes no sense. The black people ain't asking for that because we know that's silly.
Well, there's also a pandemic happening right now. Did you motherfuckers all forget there's a pandemic? That's what I'm like. People are I'm going to travel. I'm like, how many people have died? That. You could not pay me to get on a flight right now. A plane, a train, an automobile, fuck y'all, I ain't going nowhere.
But it's always the, and Tanya and I talked about this earlier, the impact of the purity test. What do you expect people to do? And look, I'm a contractor for the U.S. government. Do I know that there are issues? Yeah. Do I need to get paid? Yeah. At some point, when you tell someone, well, you shouldn't do this anymore, it's okay, maybe someone needs to break down to you everything you're asking them to tear down, walk away from, and then somehow try to magically create this on, I don't know, some other network with some other company, completely fan. Come on, this is not a thing that can happen. And yeah, people are I'm sorry, people we talked about people expecting that you would just leave Rivals, and it's first off, there's a contract. Secondly, are you going to be around to support whatever the next show is? And thirdly, are you going to pay for the lawsuit of contract breach? Because that shit's hard.
Because I don't know about you, I don't want Hasbro to sue me into oblivion.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't like to admit it, Hasbro is a very powerful company.
Hasbro's been around since all of us.
Really, yeah. So it's just, for me, and it bothers me because in 2020, no one should be this. In 2020, with access to the goddamn internet, nobody should be this ignorant on how anything entertainment-wise works.
Mm-hmm. But they are.
No, you shouldn't. There is no way you can be this ignorant as to how anything in the world works.
But it's that willful ignorance where it's not that you're truly ignorant, you just don't care because you have a level of privilege that means you don't have to know everything.
Yeah.
So when it's slight difference, but not. It's my issue with white gays as a black gay. We all know that there's issues in the gay world, but black gays and other gays of color and queer people of color, they know it much differently than white queer people do. And white queer people act like the shit over here doesn't happen. It's like, we know it's there, but y'all are so willfully ignorant that when you say some bullshit that's out of the gate, we're like, what? And you're like, but we said blah, 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 blah. That doesn't help. It's that willful ignorance. It's just,
Yeah.
Well, that, and it's just like when people always, because I know both of you have talked about it. I know Brandon's talked about it with the fetishization of y'all as black men in this space, or just when we talk about, that AAVE is not a costume. AAVE is not something for you to use. And Brian said it one time. It's like every time someone says it's a mere fact, everyone's like, oh my God, tea. Oh my God, wig.
That's not even how you use it.
That's not how that works. That's not how that works. How AIDS works.
That's why I use this word. I use this word and I don't really mean it, so I shouldn't say it, but I hate white gays. It's like, oh, wig. That's...
And it's like every 30 seconds.
Let me learn you something. Like, oh, God.
Yeah. Look, but it's like every 30 seconds, and it's like, oh my God, wig. Oh my God, tea.
That's why I can't stand RuPaul.
What? You were muffled by your glass.
That's why I can't stand RuPaul.
Oh yeah, I don't care for RuPaul either.
Look,
you normalize one of the most. You normalize one of the most aggressive, assertive, and basically rule-breaking art forms to make it palatable for fucking white people. I'm tired of that shit.
No, what pisses me off, and if you go on YouTube, they've been doing a couple of series recently, like within the last 2 weeks. And it's like, we're gonna describe to you drag slang, and it's like,
I saw one of those previews and I was like, well,
and it was like, okay, what are they gonna say? And it's like, what's the tea and all this stuff, and then they're talking about shade, and they even include death drops. It's not called a death drop, it's called a dip. All of these things, and I'm like, you are distilling from ballroom culture. And I would say Bob Drag, not to tangent, but Bob Drag Queen, I at least appreciated that in his video, he was like, this stuff derives from ball culture. And I was like, thank you for acknowledging that, because no one else, including RuPaul, does. Like, for those who know Drag Race, Mariah Balenciaga, who is a iconic Drag Race contestant, is the mother of House of Balenciaga, which is a ballroom house. And you still don't understand what ballroom is. I don't get that, RuPaul. I don't understand. It's just,
hi, Raina, thank you for the follow.
Sorry, that was a tangent.
No, sorry.
No, but it's a legit tangent. But here's the thing, there's a lot of people that want to be on Twitch and on Twitter and all these other spaces and talk about how that they're so enlightened, but let some black person tell them have a black person tell them stop using AAVE. You will act like you have cussed their mama back to the fucking void. Well, but language.
Language evolves, and I'm marginalized too, and I feel your struggle. Fuck off.
I'm gonna turn into Linda Blair if anyone says that shit to me again. And for those of you that don't get the Linda Blair reference, I'm sorry.
Like the one with the prison movies? Look, she had a hard time after The Exorcist, okay? She had a rough time, all right?
So, Courier, that's interesting, but let me have a minute about that. And I'm not picking on you just because you said it in the chat. Yes, head turning, like, I'm going to turn into fucking Linda Blair in The Exorcist.
Spider walk that ceiling.
Look, I'm a dog walk a motherfucker in a minute.
Oop, and what the fuck? Oh, it's backwards.
Whoops. See?
These things need to be too damn sided, because I'm tired of, like, playing with my fan the wrong damn way.
That's why my fan is hiding over here in the corners. I can make sure I got the right way. But Courier, and I'm not picking on you, I want you to understand. But like when people go, well, I hate gay white people and I hate other white people, I'm sorry I'm white. Okay, and so that it will be a yes and moment. It's like, okay, well, if you're white and say you had other white people, what does that do for me? Because if I say I had white people, I'm the fucking racist. I'm the black racist. But
I was gonna say, we can tag. One second, real quick. I'll start. Yes. It's AAVE or Ave. I call it Ave easier, but it's African American Vernacular English. It's the idea of saying like, instead of I'm going somewhere, it's I'm finna. Or
in the 90s, it basically the derogative term of it, which a lot of black people then reclaimed, was ebonics.
Ebonics, yeah. Yeah.
As someone who lived through Reaganomics and worked welfare, fuck all that shit.
Fuck that. Yeah, fuck that.
And so Ewok said something about hate does nothing. So here's the thing. Hate may not help, but hate in spite of gotten me through a lot of shit and has helped me survive. Because there's some motherfuckers that deserve hate. Like the person currently at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, who's letting other American citizens die. That deserves hate.
Yeah.
And yeah, I said it. If the NSA wants to roll in, it's on tape. Y'all can get it.
I mean, fuck, that's like 2.5 miles down the road from me, so, you know. I can take a walk.
And the thing about African American Vernacular English that people don't understand is while slang is a part of that, it is a legitimate language.
It has construct, it has structure, it has
it's
Mr.
dialect.
Nancy's speech. Yeah. It is a dialect. And that's, you know, it is a dialect, just like somebody says, oh my goodness, I listen, like by hearing you talk, I know you're from the Midwest because you talk like this. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's just the way you use words, not the accent that you use, but the way you use terms and the way you string things together to mean something completely different. I mean, I'm from the South, and I think I still have like the How to Speak Southern books, because it was a big joke, like people in the South, like their slang doesn't make sense. And it's like, actually, it makes perfect sense if you're here and use it all the time and you grew up on it. It makes perfect sense. But you can make fun of it all you want, just because like we don't give a fuck about you, so whatever.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's not a lie. And yeah, contextual, but like, you know, for me, it's again, not to pick on Courier, and I know you weren't apologizing, and I totally get what you're saying, but like, a better example is like when I talk about, you know, the things that I experienced, you know, Christina, Allie, all of us, everyone who's black and brown in the RPG space, or just existing online for that matter, when we talk about things like in my example is, people always get really weird when I say, someone tried to touch my hair. And the first thing out their mouth is, really? Did I not just say this?
I literally just said it.
Like
I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. Or if I would say it if I didn't need to say it. Like,
yeah. So an example of that is, God, it's only 2020. Jesus Christ. When I went to, look, the time has lost all meaning. I literally don't remember. So I got a chance to go to South by Southwest and do a panel, and all of us that were on the panel went to get barbecue. Like, we picked up our badges, we met up, went and got barbecue, and it's like one of those little joints down in Texas where like there's room for you and the table and maybe this much space to get between, and for a girl with a big ass that was a problem. But I was sitting there and this white woman not only gets in my space, I'm doing like the Matrix, lady, I got a knife and I'm trying to eat. The fuck do you want? Because she's like, and I love your hair, and I'm like, okay. And I'm sitting there like, I can't go to jail in Texas, I'll die. I mean, I'd probably die in jail here too, but I'm in another state. Nobody can come get my black ass. And if I brandish a knife at a white woman, I'm going to go to jail. But this woman just like, it's like she literally did not think about the reaching out to touch my hair as she was trying to compliment me. And then I was like, don't touch me. I have a knife. She said, oh, I wasn't going to. Your hand is still here. Your hand is still reaching for my, I don't know you. I don't know where you've been. I don't know where your hand's been. We're in a barbecue joint. Your shit could be full of barbecue sauce and lemon tang. I don't know.
Barbecue sauce.
But it's like, but I've never seen this one before in my life. Why would you reach out and try to touch somebody, and not in the I'm in church passing the plate kind of way? I think your hair is pretty or strange or whatever. But when I talked about this on Twitter, I got the, oh my God, people still do that?
Like, I'm about to show you. I gotta look for the picture, unfortunately, because people don't realize that the word I'm trying to say. Okay, this isn't the best. Okay, there you are. Okay, fuck off too. Everything is fucking off. Sorry, I tried it. I found it, and then it struggled. Anywho, my hair wasn't always bad picture, but I don't give a shit. My hair wasn't like this short. As far as like, it had texture, and I would just show that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yellow mohawk.
Yeah, but it was like twisted and curled. When I was doing Jesus Christ Superstar, they wanted me to have some texture in my hair because it's like, whatever. Anywho, the amount of times I had to be like, and the thing is, as a guy, as a whole ass dude, I experience it way less than women, or film presenting people. So like, I'm sorry that y'all had to deal with that shit, but like the fact that I had this subtle difference, and people was like, oh my God, what? I have never seen hair do that before. And it's like, I'm in the store, I'm at Target, happened to be in the makeup aisle, and this lady's like getting some concealer next to me, and she looks at me and she's like, so did it hurt? Did what hurt? You know, having your hair like that, it's curled. But that's like not natural. One, it is natural. Two, what makes you say that? It just looks so structured. I'm gonna walk away now.
Yeah.
It's like they're curls, y'all. That's all they are. That's literally all they are. It was a curl used from a fucking sponging thing to give it some definition. But y'all view it as like an exotic creature. And y'all view black hair as an exotic thing.
And just the immediate feeling like there is no problem with you just having access to, like, touch us, claim us, whatever. I'm like, no.
That's a Hottentot Venus thing that people need to get over. And when we bring up Hottentot Venus, I usually get a blank
I was
stare.
like, it took me a minute. I'm like, oh yeah, oh my God, I haven't heard that phrase in a while.
Right. So the TLDR, Akamaye, do you mean from us talking or from what we're talking about? Because I need some context here. Because you also came in and asked if roadkill was legal in Texas, which I couldn't tell you. I don't live in Texas. I'm trying to figure out where your questions and comments are going.
I'm hoping it was by being embarrassed because of the white lady coming from my hair. That's how I read that. But yes, explain yourself, please.
And yeah, let's make sure, since we are moving very fast, streamers are talking a lot, and chat is moving fast. Make sure that if you're saying something, even if it's in real time, it's not real time to us. So make sure you add some context to your statements.
Because I'm looking back like,
Oh, as a black man, it sounds like an embarrassing situation.
Well, it's not even embarrassing. It's like, it's cringy because, like, I've got long locks. I've had my locks for 11 years, and I had someone who was black who thought that my hair was fake. This woman literally saw me from the first day I started working on my last day job at a university. My locks were maybe this long, and now they touch my ass when I sit down. And she was like, "Oh, so like when do you take them out and wash them?" And I was like, "What?" She's like, "Your what do you call it? Your extensions." And I was like, "My what?" And I'm just there like. And she was, your extensions, those aren't real locks, right? And I'm sitting here going, roots, you can see roots. Like, my hair's changed from day one to the last time I saw you in this building. But she literally thought that my hair was fake. So it's not just always white people. There's the random weirdo black person who assumes that anybody with long hair doesn't even have real hair. And I'm just like, you need to stop watching whatever TV you watch. Because I didn't even know I did not know dreadlock extensions were a thing.
I almost got them. Like that. The reason I have that hairstyle that I showed is because I was going to get dread extensions for Jesus because they really wanted something long, but that's a lot of money to spend because it is expensive to get good extension. But anywho, like to bring it back in though, it's like black folk aren't one. We're not a fucking
animal
thing you view at a fucking circus. But just like respect us. Like, damn, we're human beings. Like, we're not. I mean, like on Twitter or Twitch, we're not your best friends. And here, show some respect. Like, that's just. I don't know how much else to spin that.
Well, it's the I mean, and we can probably spend the whole rest of the time until people get tired and need to go, talking about parasocial relationships. Well, I know, Brian, you have like you need to get up and go to like do work.
Oh yeah, I mean, sadly, I only have another hour in me, which means I'm gonna have to go get another drink. But
no, another drink. What will we do?
At some point. But no, I feel like it was brought up in chat earlier, and when we talked about the nature of fan relationships, we call them stan, call them fandom, call them fan, whatever. No, we should definitely come back around to how watching somebody entertain you doesn't mean you know them. We actually have several movies and TV shows in our long storied history that actually explains how that is a horrible thing. Thinking, and I talked about earlier, and like, sorry, there was a piece of orange on my finger. We talked about earlier, and I'm like, this person doesn't know you. They may act super genuine when you come in. They may remember your username. They may even. And I've seen some streamers, I don't know how they do it. They remember like what various users in their chat have been up to, what they were doing, what they mentioned. I don't know if they take notes. I don't know if they just have a memory like that. But the fact is, it's like, yeah, we're happy to entertain you. We're happy you're here, but you're not our friend. Which is odd because I do have friends who are in chat.
Yeah, it's like
I have friends on Twitch, but you're not, just because you're watching us doesn't mean you know us.
And there are some people I do develop like a relationship or connection with, and we'll appreciate that. However, like people have to understand boundaries and understand that because you have a literal video into my life, it does not make you a friend. It does not make you, and there's nothing wrong with me saying that someone isn't my friend. Because what I'm saying is you don't know me on that level.
Right.
And you could eventually know me on that level, but you don't right now. So by definition, we are not friends. So when people like to bypass that and you jump from friend to best friend to a confidant in 2 seconds, and then when I say chill out, you get so angry, that's a problem.
Yeah, and I'm glad Danny is here so you can remind me of the details. But I brought it up earlier, but since we're all here together, when I got partnered almost 3 years ago, that person that was like, I want to send you a gift and ask for my home address. I didn't even know their real name. I didn't know like where they live, what even state, country, anything. And I was traveling, and the TLDR is I was traveling, couldn't give it to them. I wasn't going to give a rando my fucking home address. And then asked Danny in the Discord for it again when I hadn't answered. And when I was like, hey, just don't do that, they flipped the fucking script. They flipped out, like I said, fuck you, go ride on a rusty spike dildo and spin, and never come back. And I was like, but you asked for my home address, I don't fucking know you.
There's someone, and I'm not going to mention names, I don't need to, and a lot of people might be able to infer who I'm talking about. But there is somebody who was kind of notoriously too close to people, like too close to Critical Role folks, or too close to me, apparently. And I got to a point where I, like my mods from my Twitch, we have our own Discord, and it got to a point, and I typically can do things on my own. I'm a grown ass dude, that's just what I can do. But I was like, I'm going to ask for the wisdom of my modulators. Should I block this? Should I do something about this thing? And they was like, yeah, block. It's at this point, block. And I was like, cool, great. I blocked. What I was not expecting was finding out that said person not only messaged Tanya, but messaged 3 other people saying, Critical Part blocked me. What did I do? Can you help?
Well, it was like, and that was
I
the first
love
time
Tanya,
they
but
ever.
she can't do shit on my side.
Well, and the thing is, I didn't even know you'd. I didn't know that you'd block them, why you blocked them, and it's your fucking social media. There's nothing. I mean, unless this was like life and death, and I can't think of a life and death situation where I would ever have to go to somebody and go, can you unblock this person? Because here's the thing, I could be feeling froggy and full of piss and vinegar and be like, you know what? You said something sideways and I just don't like it. Deuces.
Yep.
Yep. And it's like, you don't have a monopoly, or you can't be mad or be pressed when someone does something to better themselves, whether it's self-care or whatever. And if your presence was causing problems and they need to block you, unfortunately, you have to deal with that. Like, period. So like, don't run to somebody else. And the worst part is, you ran to the most random people other than Tanya. Like, at least I'm close to Tanya. Somebody messaged me. I was like, we're not even that close. So what did they think was going to happen? Like, but that goes into that you got too comfortable. You got way too comfortable being in my presence and being someone that I allowed to be there. And when I cut you off.
Well, here's the thing. Let's say somebody is like, oh, well, y'all are on the show with Gary Whitta, so I'm going to like bug Gary Whitta, or I'm going to bug Shannon, or I'm going to bug Adam, and then be like, oh, well, they're not answering me, so I'm gonna message you. I tweeted at Gary Whitta and he didn't reply. Man,
not a secretary.
Well, but it's like, what the fuck do you want me to do? I mean, people have done that to me where, like, as someone we had to kick that's known in the Dragon Age and BioWare community, that is a problem. And like, they were also someone who used their autism as a shield for their bad behavior. And we finally got tired of them and they had to go. But like, they DM'd me once and it was like some ungodly hour, so I didn't see it till I was actually up. Well, this person blocked me because I told them blah 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 politics, and I was like, and you also, one, you know fuck all about politics. I've seen your tweets. Maybe you should shut the fuck up because you don't know what you're talking about regarding politics. And two, I'm not going to go to someone I don't even follow and tell them to unblock you because you couldn't shut the fuck up. Shutting up is free. It is a free action. It will save you trouble. And again, like, if somebody came and said, oh, Brian blocked me. Okay, and maybe, like, let's see, maybe I should go block you too, because you're not the kind of person that's going to be like, well, fuck that person. I'm blocking them.
And as a mod in Tanya's channel and in her Discord, I get the DMs because people see me as the nice one.
They gonna learn.
Right. They're like, oh, I just wondered, I said something, and in my head I'm like, yes, you did. You broke the code of conduct, you broke rules, you were warned, you were given ample space, and you continued your behavior. So you were removed from the space, whether it's the channel, the Discord, etc. Coming to me as a friend of hers because you think I'm nice, and like, well, I was just wondering. I'm like, no, we were very clear. You know, and also, why are you asking me? If you got a problem, like, because I feel like it's like the Friends sketch, and I didn't watch a lot of Friends, so I don't have many memories of the episodes, but there's one where the guys decide, like, they start talking about, like, their relations with women because they realize women talk about it and it's healthy. And it's like, no, we don't all know each other, but we all do talk. So, yeah, if you did something, chances are we're all going to know about it.
Well, and we talk, and someone has said earlier, like, do they think streamers have a hive mind? We don't have a hive mind, but we do talk. Even if it's not a public call out, I can be, because our friend Vanessa actually has a channel that only her and mods can post in of banned patrons. Here's why they got kicked out. Here's all their aliases. They are donezo. They're not allowed. And then she gets people that know the folks that just got booted. well, you blocked me on Twitter, or they'll come in our Twitch chat because maybe the name's different.
Yeah.
And they go, well, you blocked me on Twitter, and I'm like, and you about to be blocked here.
Here, boom, push that button.
Someone did that with Brandon too. Like, I was watching a stream one night and someone came in, well, what did I do to you? You blocked me on Twitter. And he was like, and you're blocked here now, goodbye.
And anyone who out there who is streaming, who has a Discord, who has social media presence, feel free to do that. If you need to keep a list, if you need to distribute it, if you just need to know, okay, whoever this person is, there's a reason why when people join my Discord, we're like, oh yeah, let us know your social tags elsewhere. Because when you fuck up, I'll need to go ahead and block you preemptively everywhere else too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, like that person that got out, that kind of got out of pocket. Well, not kind of. They did get out of pocket yesterday in your Discord, and you can talk about that while I go get some more wine.
We talked about it on the stream earlier today, but we can bring it back up here. But I also wanted to ask CB, because for me, it like reading the tale of the person whose account no longer exists, because sometimes you just got to read somebody into orbit. It was such the way it came down just reminded me of the same kind of situations where somebody is in danger of physical assault or of sexual assault, where the person is like all nice and, oh my goodness, I'm such a big fan of yours and I'd love to do this. And you essentially establish one single solitary boundary.
Excuse you.
And be like, you know what? You don't get to have this access to me.
Mm-hmm.
And immediately they turn like, oh my God, you're such an asshole. I can't believe I ever liked you. And I'm like, what the, you basically are making your own case for me removing you from my presence.
Mm-hmm.
You are making it in real time. Thank you very much for that. Because fuck, did I dodge a bullet?
And what people don't, specifically for that, and I say this before I comment on that, I am notorious, not necessarily for being an asshole, but people know I don't sugarcoat, and I have no qualms cutting people off, reading people, doing whatever the case may be. I will read the head of wizards. I don't care. I really don't. Especially if they're out of pocket, like I will. In this case, yesterday, all I did, it was like the one time within the last month, the one time I've been like, hey friends, this is just a thing. If I don't know you, if I'm not a friend of yours, please I just asked nicely. And I literally said not to be rude. And I said, please, I said, just don't add me on Facebook. It's my personal place. I will delete it if you do it. Thank you. It was super just like a thing. And they were like, you need to say very clearly when you don't want people to add you on Facebook. And I was like, I did. And they kept coming back with all these things. And finally I was like, but I said what I said. Like, don't add me if we're not friends. And they're like, right, okay, well, you're just a fucking asshole and all this blah, blah, blah. And they was like, I thought you were cool. I thought you were a queer person like me. You could roll like me. And now I see you're just an okay, you're just doing too much. And even then, even through that, I hadn't retaliated. And I can pop back off real quick. I was just like, I don't understand how it got to this point. Yeah. And then they tweeted about me. This person's an asshole. I wouldn't ask that you do this. Do you follow them? And that's when I was like, all right, hold on. Let me just go ahead and quote this real quick. Y'all, this isn't what you do. If I say don't do something, please don't do it. Like, don't resort to this. And what got me more than anything, and I think I told Tanya, what got me more than anything, and I'm going to say this out loud, and when I say this, I am not coming for the trans community. I promise you. But they were like, ooh, is this how you want to talk to a white, not a white, is this how you want to talk to a trans woman? Look how that is. Let's see how that's going to turn out for you. And I was like, I'm a black gay male. Why are we adding titles to this? That had nothing to do with it at all.
And that is when we are basically, an asshole is an asshole. An abuser is an abuser. A person that does not understand boundaries is a person that sorry, I'm having wine. Doesn't understand boundaries. If you then come back and say, well, I'm trans and I can't believe you'd act this way, or well, I'm autistic and this is how. It's like, okay, but there are differences too. There are differences to just being an all-out asshole versus I know what a misunderstanding is. Mm-hmm. I know what a misstep, I know what a slip of the tongue is. I know what those things are. If this is not that, you don't then ooh, tongue is hard to operate right now. Don't nobody say it. There is a whole difference between that and then, so when somebody comes back at CB and says, I can't believe you treat someone this way, you are essentially trying to you are trying to oppression Olympics somebody into well, I can't, there's a ding in this channel. Have y'all tried even using it yet?
Oh, I don't have yours that shows a fancy bell though.
No, there's totally a ding command. Ain't nobody even used it.
Oh, y'all hit that ding though.
I have to do it in real time though. So yeah, that really gets to me because I absolutely understand, and I am getting so much better at something. Like I'm getting way better at understanding there are certain just types of behaviors that are associated with like ADHD or people who are on the spectrum. I am better at that now. But I will also stop you in your fucking tracks and say, even accounting for that, what you did was over the line, and what you did was way, way out. So yeah, I'm not necessarily talking about anybody here. Thank you, Dosbiff. I'm not necessarily talking about anybody here.
Well, the other part of that is that
maybe I am because, like I said, I know a lot of trash people.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of trash people, and then sometimes you don't get to take out the trash until it smells so bad you can't ignore it. And those are those people where you're like, nobody told me about you, but you're ripe. You gotta go. What? Please don't choke. I'm not there. I can't help you.
You're ripe. You gotta go.
Someone
Damn.
please clip that laugh. You can't even do it.
Oh my god, please don't clip my vocal slips. You're gonna ruin my reputation.
See, now you don't want to say ASMR for that though. Well, but there are people like, the example I have recently, because I have many, is I talked about something and I forget what exactly the exact tweet was. I'd have to go to my Instagram, which somebody could probably find because I'm terrible at Instagram. I said something and I used the hashtag Black Lives Matter because, surprise, even though I'm light and I have terrible lighting, I'm black. I know it's a shock, even though I'm really fucking light-skinned. And they were like, you're a black racist. You're the kind of people that you said you hate. And I'm like, the fuck?
Black people can't be racist. Black people can be prejudiced. Black people cannot be racist. Let's please understand that. Racism is seeped in society, in the system.
Well, racism...
We cannot benefit from racism.
Well, we also don't have the systemic ability or power to affect other people's lives, and that is the difference between racism and prejudice. Since, and since we were talking about, racism and all this other stuff, people don't seem to understand that I, as a black person, I could be a prejudiced asshole. There is nothing saying I can't be a prejudiced asshole. However, when you say that reverse racism exists and that I'm a black racist, those two things, don't exist because I'm going to pick on Dosbiff or Danny because they're here. I do not have the power to systemically fuck up their lives, take away their jobs. I do not have that in my pocket. Whereas the white cis man that was my boss at my next to last day job very much could and did do that to me. That's fucking racism. When I don't get an apartment because of redlining and you see me and you think, oh, you're a single black woman, you're going to have men running in and out or whatever bullshit people believe because of Reaganomics and the welfare queen myth and whatever. Or you go, oh, there's no way you can afford it. You don't even run my credit. Look at whatever. And you just assume that is racism. You are keeping me from housing. Because if I can't afford it, I'm not going to be there. And, those are the things that are explicitly racist. But when someone turns around and goes, well, you're a black racist. And it was like, and they're like, you lost a friend and a supporter. First of all, I don't know your actual fucking name. let's be real, and and that ties back to to the parasocial relationships. I was watching Bronze, and she was talking about this, and this idea that because you are, in this case, virtually in our living rooms or rooms, watching people. I'm sorry, Automod is really high up because I had front page earlier this month. Um, and the idea that I follow you on Twitter, I support your stream, I give you $1 a month on Patreon. Yes, Obdegor, that was literally what I said. Or I support you and give you 5, 10, whatever. And those are the worst people. The people that give you like $1 a month are the worst motherfuckers. They'd be like, you owe me, you're not doing blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you give me $1. There was someone who decided that they didn't like what I had to say on Twitter. I mailed them $4 and blocked them as a patron. I was like, here's your $4. Here's your $4. Go with God. Or whatever
and
you
while
believe in.
we're appreciative for the vote for those, who, decide to give anything to us, but like, don't give and then use that as like a fucking chain to be like, well, you did that. And blase, blase, blase. You giving me $1, $5, even you giving me $20 does not mean that's a contract to my fucks.
Right.
Period.
Well, it's not even that. It's like, this whole idea of ownership and, kind of tying back to what you were saying. Oh, thank you for the follow, Full Brittle Alchemist. The idea that, because people do it more with black folks, and I know I retweeted someone who replied to UCB of the people that get mad when black folks say no because they don't want to hear no.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, my no is just as fucking effective. In fact, it's more effective as a critical hit than some random white person's. Because me having the ability to tell you no is a bigger fuck you. So.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. And it all ties into just how black folk are treated in the community. Because I guarantee you, and I'm going to use this name because it's the easiest one I can think of. If Matt Mercer posted what I posted, everyone would have been like, oh my gosh, I understand. Thank you so much. Thank you for even letting me be here and be a part of Critical Role's room and all these things. I still love you, blah, blah, blah. Be my baby daddy. Because they would have thrown that somewhere in there too. But like, they would have understood. But I say that it's like, you're an asshole. I cannot believe you cut me off. And we were even like, y'all, there's a difference. Here's the thing. Whenever I link my Facebook, I link a Facebook page. I do not link my personal account. They are two different things. Facebook is not perfect, but Facebook was good about that. They said, this is for people that you care about. This is a page for people to follow you.
Right.
Come over here. So like,
Well, that and Brian, are you good on drink? Do you need a refill?
I was gonna say I'm a BRB.
Okay. And we can keep talking, but I'm like, damn, I want sangria, but all I have is white wine. I don't have.
We're gonna do this.
Hey, Ember, how are you? Can we get some?
Hello, yes, Ember. Brian,
Ember.
go then. When Brian gets back, you can go.
Yeah, I wish we could have brought you in on this because we need to do this again. Unless your agent is like, you can't be too real in these streets.
Yeah, facts.
But yeah, can I please get a shout out for Half Dragon M, known as WWE Superstar Ember Moon? And I'm not contractually obligated to say it. I just like fucking saying it because she's awesome.
Ember's fucking kick ass. Period.
Yes, a very lovely Half Dragon M. Hey, Rakashi. Oh shit, Rakashi's in the chat. Rakashi is an amazing game dev who I've had the privilege to know for quite a time. And you can speak on this, Rakashi, as another queer black person in this fucking space. Because, But yeah, like the things that people have said to me and the shit where people have just been just dismissive or, and I've dealt with this. I worked in higher ed and in corporate environments for most of my adult life. And, I literally had a problem with people doing the, oh my God, you're so mean and you're aggressive, when I would simply tell them no. There were people that, like this, and if you're a white person who did the Peace Corps, again, this is not personally about you. But there was a white woman that got brought into the office that I worked in, and she was literally oh my God, I helped the poor brown people, and I did Peace Corps. And I'm like, I hate you. I just hate you on principle. But she did oh my God, you're so aggressive. She would come and ask me stupid questions, like, ask me, like, where specific, like, printer paper was and shit, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, why are you asking me? I'm not your secretary, in case you hadn't noticed. I'm the one with the corner office for now.
Oop.
So,
and oop.
Well, she got to worm her way into being the favorite, and I got put out of my office. But that's a EEOC complaint that I had to file.
Wow.
Yeah. What did Dosbiff do?
He said something nice about me, and that's my only weakness. Quit it.
It's super effective.
But
all the good people came in when I was away. I was like, Ember Moon's here. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
go get your sangria. Go get your sangria, Tanya. Because after you go, I'm gonna go get.
No, I got my wine. I'm good. You go.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna say this real quick though. And it goes into people don't understand, like, whether it's the white lady who Peace Corps, whether it's somebody in Brian's Discord, whether it's a girl who ran away after I said no. When you call black people mean or aggressive, or them saying no is an attack on you, you are just furthering the stereotype that all black people are mean and evil and assholes or animalistic. You see where I'm going? These are racist things that you are doing, and these are things that we deal with every day.
And they are honestly just, they are also just confirming everything we also say about privilege, about the unlevel playing field, that you feel like you are simply entitled to a yes because you asked. Like, no, I don't care what you want.
You go to your mama. You go to your mama when you're 10 years old and you say, "Mommy, can I have a popsicle?" And you got these really cute beady eyes, and she says no, and you walk away. Yeah, if people, even if you love them, can say no. So the people who you definitely don't know can definitely say no.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing wrong with it. And if you take offense to that, guess what? That's not on me. That's on you. I'm gonna go get a drink. I'll be back.
Okay.
Yeah, and since Omega brought it up, the weaponizing of white women's tears, and God, what was they have the same name, Cooperson.
Oh, Christian Cooper, and then was it Andrea? Amy Cooper.
Thank you. That's literal, and she knew what the fuck she was doing. She did that shit on purpose.
That was not. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna fuss at Steven. It's 8 p.m. for me. Why are you up? Are you off tomorrow?
Oh wow, Steven, you are not off tomorrow. You are off today, and perhaps you should think about bed.
I like how we're all like, go to bed, Steven.
I don't want to be that person, but I also want people to okay. I also want people to just be aware that bed is a thing that you could actually hop into, and in most people's cases still watch us in, although in yours not. But
yeah, it's just
you have a smart wife who's already gone to bed.
I love how all of us are like, wait, the UK people are still up. What the fuck? And Dosbiff, someone did ask what the drink menu is tonight. If you do not mind.
Well, you know, Lauren, I am Daddy Beyond, so.
Shit. Don't kill me. It's my channel.
No, I absolutely need to make sure it's okay for me to get a shirt that says that, because when cons are a thing again, I need to get on a panel about D&D so I can whip out and be like, yep, Daddy Beyond.
That went so down the wrong way. Oh my god. Wow.
What happened?
It wasn't a spit take. I can't spit on this keyboard. Keyboards and mics are out of stock. I can't replace this shit.
Y'all know how much this stuff costs and how hard it is to get a replacement? You know we ain't getting anything on this stuff.
Like, even if Elgato sends it to me, it's going to take 2 weeks. Have you heard the good news of bed?
Excuse me. May we come in and talk about the benefits of naps?
It's one of those things that, like, a while ago I just had this existential just like moment. Like, how as a kid did I ever not want to take a nap? Because nowadays I'm like, okay, turning everything off. I'm laying down. Because F that. Oh, napping is Jesus.
I feel bad because I did say that we would get back to Nature Check D&D, which I think is a great name. Asked about how we feel about sharing lists of people who are abusers, who are blocked, who are, persona non grata in our communities. And I wondered if anyone had thoughts on that. I know I have thoughts, but I'm wondering if anybody else, because with all of the essentially people finally realizing they could come forward with their stories lately, a lot of the Discords I'm in, a lot of the stream teams I'm in, we now have spaces where we're sharing stories, we're sharing lists of people who are known abusers, and everybody can engage with that information however they want. They can look at it and say, okay, they can look at it and they can act on it, whatever. But for me, for me, it feels like a good protective thing that you and your community, you and your friends are simply saying, these people are now known to be a problem. If they show up, don't necessarily wait for them to become a problem. I don't have a problem with that, personally.
I think for me, because I'm definitely not here for protecting abusers, protecting people who are problematic in all ways. Like, if someone's just a person that people need to know about, bet. There are some people who it's more on a personal level that you might block somebody or ban somebody. And I think if there's going to be a list of things in that nature, I think it's more so like if it exists and you want to share it personally, that's fine. But I think some people like to weaponize that they have receipts or things on people and use that like against them. I think we all need to like clack at the same time. Hold on. Everybody put it up.
We got to do the whole thing? Okay.
Oh, shit.
We got to make sure it's on the right side. Nope, and it wasn't. Okay. Ready? On go. So 1, 2, 3, go. So 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh, fuck. I got it wrong anyway.
God damn it. One more time. Jesus.
You said on go. I was trying to preempt.
1, 2, 3, go.
That is really loud. I need to stop. This is why I don't do this on stream, because that is super fucking loud.
We tried.
I do not do this on stream because that's really loud.
But
like on go, on go. Is it before go? Is it on one? Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. I just think that there's some who easily some almost like crusading types who will use that list and like, I don't know. I don't know. I might not be like the best one to answer it, because I just think that for some people, hell yeah. Like some of these people who have done some fucked up ass shit, hell yeah. Let people know, whether it's public or in DMs. But I think sometimes what people do is like, you take the smallest thing that someone could do, and then you go on Twitter, you're like, this person said that blank, blank, blank. And it's like, was that necessary? So I think making things public, I'm the person, if you think there's a problem with somebody, DM me. Not DM me, but like, if there's a list and you want to, but no, I'll make it private. But I think the public aspect, depending. That's just how I feel. I don't know. Y'all might have other opinions.
No, I like it, and I've actually, and it's something I wanted to ask the mods, and at least in my Discord, about, like, you know, having a thing like what Pleasantly Twisted does, which is, here, this person was booted, here's why, do with this what you will. Mm-hmm. And, you know, and this is, it's not putting out dirty laundry because this was a public stream. Accurate. But the cookout, Denny, before he stepped down, did this public stream about like things that they were doing, blah blah blah, etc. And so finally there was an accounting and a list of people that had been kicked out of the cookout. But it took like the community all going, we give us a fucking list. Fucking list. And not just that, but there were people that had been kicked out, let back in, and then kicked out again when people finally like, the fuck are they doing here? It's like when you have the cookout, like an actual cookout, and that cousin that nobody likes, but you invite them out of pity, and then everybody's uncomfortable because they showed up, and it's like, why is that motherfucker here? All he does is drink Crown Royal and start fighting with people and wants a big piece of chicken.
He can't play dominoes
or spades. And vote, and was the one black person we knew that voted for Trump, that motherfucker. And you know, but one, the community shouldn't be airing out the dirty laundry, because that stream should have never happened. That should have not been no public shit, and I'm just gonna say that forever, because that was a fuck up. But it brought up the very salient point, and people kept asking, are you sharing a list with other people? Are you talking to other communities? And I wanted to be there, like, the answer is fucking no. Because I'm a messy bitch and was sitting there lurking in the chat the whole time. Like, really? This is where we're at? Let me go be nosy. I didn't say a word in the chat, I just watched. And I was sitting there like, this is some dirty, dirty fucking laundry. That should have that should have been a inside the house, in Discord chat with people in that Discord. That should have never been public. And if somebody wants to clip it and tweet it, yeah, I fucking said it.
Not to like harp on it, but I don't know what this cookout thing is.
Oh, so let me talk about that
please
let me learn you.
See, I see Mads like, let me get some popcorn.
Because, I mean, basically after the education I got from Tanya, every time I hear the word, I'm just like, oh.
So, I mean, Allie said it, the cookout was a mistake. So the TLDR is, the first year that Twitch did Unity, there were no black women in there. Frisk is black, but like, she was in there, and like, I think she was the only black person in there. And Frisk is light, me and her the same fucking color.
Yeah.
And so there was a conversation that sprung up about where the fuck the black folks at? Where the black women at? Because as much as we like to say, oh, well, you know, these are the known black streamers, Twitch uses the same 8 black streamers for everything, no matter how much we love them. I mean, I love Frisk. I'll go to the fucking mat for Frisk and I'll fight a motherfucker. But Frisk is also one of the same 8 black people that they always use. And DJ Knight and all his, and I know, like, I have DJ's home address. Do you know how many people don't actually know even his actual name, let alone where he lives? So this is someone that I care about deeply, but Twitch, like every other place, uses the same 8 black people whenever they do anything. And so I'm getting there, Mad Hatter Girl. I'm setting the stage. So a lot of us were like, oh, well, we should talk about this. So I started a Discord and said, okay, let's, and I think initially it was named POC Streamers or whatever. And so we all got in there, and then Denny asked me to be made a moderator. Now, Denny's local to me. I knew him. I didn't know he was such a fuck ass at that time. And
I don't know who Denny is, but okay. Continue.
There's a whole lot to
don't worry about it. Yeah, that's not, I'll figure it out. Sorry.
Look, wow, Allie, wow. I mean, there's 3 of us here. You're in the chat.
Right.
Oh no, I'm imaginary. I'm an AI. You already knew that.
Your voice gives you away, Brian. No real human being can't have that voice.
I'm sorry, Tanya. I can't accept that request.
Do you want to play a game, Brian?
I'm just max headroom without the glitches. That's all I am. Okay.
So, you know, he basically took it over. And then the next day, was like, we need to have a community meeting. And it's like, what the fuck, community meeting? The Discord's not even a whole day old, etc. And so it just became a thing. And then he started running rampant. And then when I said, hey, you're taking over, I got the, I'm sorry you feel that way. And I was like, fuck y'all in this Discord. And it became the cookout. And everything I'd heard about the cookout ever since then was a trash fire.
Lord.
And so I was like, and I don't want, and so this is more of an inside the house comment, but one, I'm aware, as much as I hate it, of the position that some of us hold in the space. And I don't want to ever be that person that's punching down on another black person, be it
for sure
actually doing that or being seen to do that. Look, more people have said that to me that I don't fucking talk to anymore. And so I just was like, okay, wash my hands of you motherfuckers. But people always tag me and the cookout, or me and I Need Diverse Games the cookout, and I'm sitting here like, how do I say stop tagging me with them? And the thing is, there are people I like that are in the cookout. Mm-hmm. So it's not like I hate the cookout. There's just certain people I'm like, I wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire. So the TLDR of that is, it basically came to a screeching halt very publicly. And, there's this whole thing about we got to uphold and uplift all these other black folks. And I know I've gone sideways from where I started. I forgot where I started at this point, but I'm going to stop. But, the saying for the brown folks, it's all skin folk and kinfolk. Because there are so many people that will step on you and kick you out of the way to get where they think they belong versus where you are and have worked to get there. Because there'll be so many people where, and it's like, not like I don't appreciate being lifted by other people, but I'm not the only black person out here. There's 2 amazing streamers sharing the space with me. There's people in the chat. There's all these other folks. There's legions of black folks on Twitch that never get the fucking light of day. Because the same 8 to 10 black folks are the same ones that get tagged and Follow Friday, are held up for clips or whatever. And, it's hard because what are you doing? What's wrong?
Somebody quote tweeted what I said with hashtag support our police, hashtag thin blue line, and I'm like,
that is so perfect.
Didn't click on it, which is why I posted it. Continue.
And you'll have to forget.
I'm not getting on blog.
You'll have to forgive people because, of course, as we know, in 2020, people have only discovered that black people exist and are in pain this past summer. So you'll have to, it's an understanding.
Oh, we can roll onto that, and that's probably where we'll have to end before you have to go to bed. Mm-hmm. But it was just like something on my mind because it was just like, when communities fall apart, don't do it publicly. Is that the ice cream truck?
Yeah, I was like, what am I hearing right now? It's a fucking ice cream truck.
I'm like, is that damn racist song that's on the ice cream truck?
No, I think that. No,
that is the racist fucking song.
That's the racist song. This isn't. The one I hear isn't, yeah.
Okay, I was like, wait, did they play Dixie? Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Oh, but yeah.
But I like
Chicken in a Straw, like, yeah.
We're like, wait, ice cream truck.
Don't go to the pandemic ice cream.
Oh, shit. Oh, look, so I have
Can you imagine anybody with a kid? Because I actually saw people tweeting and posting on Facebook that the ice cream trucks were rolling through their neighborhoods and parents with children were having to make a whole lot of like, no, you can't.
Oh my God.
My brain just evil.
I'm like, look, I'll just order some groceries and we'll get you a bomb pop. Do they still make bomb pops?
They do make bomb pops. Actually, what's it? There's one of the ads on Twitch is about like the weird new bomb pops. But I'm like, look,
really?
There are websites.
Yeah, it is.
There are websites for stoners. They'll bring you ice cream at 3 a.m. Don't worry, we'll get you some ice cream. It's fine.
Look, can somebody just bring me some gummies at 3 a.m.? Just drop that shit off on the porch. I'll come out and get it.
That is between you and your dispensary.
My dispensary does not deliver, sadly.
What?
Are you okay?
I mean, I don't know, because I got like my boy on the West Coast, and he's like, yeah, no, they just brought it right to the house.
Well, consider where he lives. That shit's been legal there for a while.
Here in DC, yeah, they'll figure out a way to do the thing.
Yeah, I never had that connection, and I was about to, and I just realized because people are people. I have not talked about this on Twitter because, well, people. But for those that don't know, my partner's brother passed, and the funeral was last Friday. I'm sorry, Friday before last. And then I found out, because my partner texted me at 6:30 in the morning, the Monday after the funeral, that the pastor that did the funeral has COVID, because he had family members visit from Florida. And so I am isolating at least until this Friday, because I was not in direct contact, but I'm more worried about him and his mom. And it was like he's like one of those prosperity gospel pastors, because Eric found out from the news.
Mm-hmm.
That is a fucking thing to find out from the news, that the pastor that was just presiding over your brother's funeral has COVID, because he was dumb enough to have people visit him from Florida. And I'm sitting here like, and you can't pray the COVID away, just so we're clear. You can't pray it away.
You are appropriately isolating yourself, etc.
I ain't left this house since I got home from that funeral.
I had my brother, and I love him to death. And unfortunately, like the truth is, it could potentially get a lot worse real soon. So he moved his wedding up from October to Saturday. So I was at the wedding because there is speculation that it actually could be a lot worse than October. Because the heat's going to be going away, and there's been like, with like some of the other big viruses, the hotter it was, the more sustained it was. So I'm thinking when it gets colder, it could be more. I don't know, but he had his wedding yesterday, and I was there and stuff. But like now I'm like 100% quarantined in my house, not going around anybody, all these things. But it's just like, actually, I didn't talk about it online. Not to like make this a COVID thing. I didn't talk about it online. I 100% believe I might have had like an early version of this virus. And the reason I say that is about a week before, so I was in a tour, and the day my tour ended was the day Corona became a thing. Became a thing in the public eye, because it was literally the day my theater company was like, we are closing. So it just so happened we did our last show and then they closed. But a week before that, one of my cast members, only 4 of us, and a stage manager, so 5, she was like deathly ill. Not deathly, I don't want to say that, but like she was like very, very ill. And she went to the hospital. When she went to urgent care, and basically found out she had the flu. But the day that she went, I was in bed, like bedridden. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. My throat was closed. I had a fever. It was like bad. And I don't get sick very often at all. And I was talking to her, and she was like, I got the flu. And I was like, okay, I probably got the flu too. I don't know how, but we do perform for kids. That was a Theater for Young Audiences tour. We perform for kids, so maybe I caught it from them. I go to urgent care. They're like, you don't have the flu. And I'm like, I have all the symptoms for the flu. They're like, you don't have the flu. So what do I have? They're like, we don't know. We're going to treat you for the flu, but it's not the flu. It was weird. It was very weird. And I felt fine ever since then. My throat's a little scratchy, but like I don't have fever or anything like that. I think I caught it way early on. I really do. It's weird. It is weird.
And it's because we weren't really and again, we don't have to continue on this line, and anyone in chat who doesn't necessarily want to deal with this content, you are more than welcome. And I don't mean get out, but if you don't want to hear about it, you don't have to stay here.
Yeah, but I mean, that was all I was going to say about it, since we talked about like, because I was like, ice cream, shit, I want ice cream, wait, I shouldn't go outside till Friday.
But yeah, as we all know, it's fucked up everywhere. Everyone take care of yourself, protect yourself as best you can. So yeah,
yeah. But I know that there was somewhere we were going, and I just totally lost track of that.
I forgot.
Where were we going before we divulged into? Oh my God, the ice cream.
And that is an actual question the streamer has asked of chat, so feel free to answer.
Yes. I mean, there's ways to send me ice cream, but that would require you having my address.
Are we still going on about the cookout?
Basically we were talking about like how all skin folk ain't kin folk, and not punching down on other black folks.
Yeah.
And well, that sounds like a personal problem, Viker, but you realize everyone talking right now is American. So I don't even know where you live, but that sounds like a problem with you and your country, that your border security is not enough. So maybe not come in and talk shit about Americans when there's 3 Americans talking.
For fuck's sake, my friend just got his work visa approved for Germany. And when we looked at the requirements, he's probably going to get stopped at the border for 14 days. So if people got it like that and they're able to get in, that sucks.
It sucks.
It really does.
But remember,
it really does.
And it's not all Americans, but it's like, hey, there's a bunch of Americans talking right now.
And unfortunately, I'm not saying that other countries aren't dealing with it, because obviously they are, but we are dealing with COVID a lot harder for some stupid reason.
Oh, we know the stupid reason.
Well, we do know the stupid reason, but empathy is a thing.
Right. And some people don't seem to have that. But let's get back to that, because one thing one thing I want to talk about before at least Brian has to go, is just this whole the exceptionalism that a lot of black folks have to do. You know, a lot of us of a certain age grew up with you have to be 3 times as good to be considered, work 3 times as hard to be considered half as good.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I grew up with it. Brian and I are close in age, etc. CB, actually, I don't even know how old you are, CB. Not that I'm asking you to say your age on stream, but I was like,
I'm 21.
Sure.
What?
I have you on Facebook. I'll go check. I have you on Facebook.
I'll go look up your whole ass age.
I'm almost 30.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, like we're of a certain age where, it's a lot. And I always heard that growing up, where you need to work 3 to 4 times as hard to be considered maybe half as good. Mm-hmm. And that's where I think a lot of this, these issues, and to kind of tie it back to everything we talked about, the ignoring that there are black folks doing this work in this space, that we cannot just up and quit jobs, that there are contracts that we've signed, NDAs that we've signed. And if you want to help pay for my life after Hasbro sues me into oblivion if I break my contract, y'all, let's just throw coffee and PayPal in the chat right now. And actually, Dosbiff, can you do that? Since you put "give us money," I have no shame.
My nickname's the same everywhere, except, well, not on PayPal, but coffee, yes. But even so, it's at Urban Bohemian, Dosbiff.
Yes.
Like Daft Punk, Dosbiff.
Poll in chat on CB's age.
I'll simply say that it is so hard because, and this is where, I don't know who in the chat is black. This is not a call out for anyone, but this is where black people find it so hard, because our own community will say, well, you need to stop doing that for the colonizers, the man, etc. But the minute we pull out, the minute we sever all ties, dig up all roots, salt the earth, and say, hey, I'm starting my own new thing now, I really hope I can get your support, nothing comes in. And when the debrief comes on that and said, look, well, I tried my own thing and no one supported me, then the same people will say, well, you didn't do it right. You didn't do it the way I wanted. I didn't hear about it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm starting to understand why people don't listen to your ass. I'm getting it now.
Can we respectability politics for the lose?
I'm like,
It is actually like a big ass pet peeve when I say I want to do something or whatever, and someone said, "Well, make it yourself." And then when I finally do it, people don't watch. People don't give it what they said they were going to give. And when I comment on said thing, they're like, "Well, I mean, maybe it's probably you." No, my friend. No, that's not how this works.
Yeah.
That is so far how this works. First of all, and yes, I am a now almost full-time, part-time streamer. However, my work is in theater. I am a theater professional. And something we deal with a lot, especially as black people in theater, is we talk about people not casting us. Like, why are you not casting me? Like, for instance, me, I'm a 6'4", a pretty tall guy. Tall guy. I got a little tummy, but I am a strong guy who's supposed to be the opposite of like the female lead. I am a tenor. I can sustain. I have presence on stage. I should be your leading male. I don't get cast at all. And when I do get cast, it's a random person who wails. Nowadays it's not that way because bitch equity, you got me fucked up.
Right.
But that's how it was for so long. And when you say, why the fuck, when I say, why am I not getting the respect I deserve and all these things, people don't empathize. They immediately say, well, you can make your own company. Well, you can go work with the black director. Maybe they'll give you roles. It shouldn't be on me and people like me to give me opportunities. It should be for everybody. Like everybody should be able to say, "Boom, you're right for the part because you're right for the part," or whatever the case may be. The fact that people are so quick to be like, "Well, just do it yourself," that's problematic because you're saying you don't want to be the one to deal with it. You don't want any of that responsibility. It's not okay. It's really not okay.
Well, Danny, what did you share in the chat?
I'm taking a look now. Oh yeah, the oh no. Yep. And every single thing, comics, gaming, entertainment, music, every single time someone's like, well, you should go make, if you don't like it so much, you should go make your own. And they do. And then everyone's like, well, not like that.
Well, and the other thing is, I don't think people realize how much work it is to go do things. You know, like the people, and you know, I'm gonna be that asshole because why not? Because this is what made me angry earlier. The people that are mad at D&D or whatever, and they go make your own. I was like, sure, with the millions of dollars I've got to start a company, to hire people, to hire writers and artists and editors, and buy land or rent out a multi-floor building and get publishers. Yes, I will just happily go make my own shit. Or like somebody, ow, I stabbed myself with a splinter.
No.
Oh no.
I got a splinter from something because I like went to rub my face and I felt something and I was like, oh god.
Ow.
Yeah, I will get it. I see where the splinter is. Sorry. Sorry, I'm talking while I try to get the splinter out. Because I can see it and it's going to be a pain in the ass, and if I find tweezers, I can easily get it. But at least I live near a hospital if I absolutely have to go. But I've almost got it out. I don't even know where the splinter came from.
Damn, Dospo.
What?
Proof that today's content is art. Someone has officially bled for it.
Wow. Well, and that's the thing, like, you know, the people that are always, because somebody, when I know I had tweeted about Twitch and their various issues. You know, I've been on the platform about 7 years in November. I've been a partner for 3 years in November. And, sorry, I'm looking down so I can get whatever the splinter is before it embeds in my finger. But I am listening. And somebody tweeted at me like, black folks should just make their own. And I was like, did you just say that black folks should just go make their own streaming platform? With what millions and billions of dollars do we have to go do this?
I don't think people really like, and that's what makes me so upset is like, how are you this ignorant of how anything works? And also, how are you also ignorant of history when anyone has made an independent anything, there is zero support, and then everyone comes up with the same excuses as to, well, why they didn't support it or why, you know, and it's like, this is why people are just staying. Yeah, like where is that energy when somebody actually says, hey, mine is a black-owned business and I'm just starting out and a retweet is free but money is better? Like, where is that energy then? Because it's nowhere. It's nowhere.
Well, it's nowhere, and it's just like I talked about this like when Dosbiff and I were chatting about a different thing when he was helping me with my mic setup, and I talked about, you know, people were like, well, Rivals of Waterdeep should have a cartoon series, and I was like,
are you fucking kidding me?
Look, I was like, we've been on, at that point, I think 5 seasons. We hadn't even started our 6th season or knew we were getting a 6th season. And motherfuckers are all like, oh, y'all should have why does Critical Role, blah, blah, blah. I was like, because Critical Role just had an $11 million Kickstarter. Please tell me, you go show me a budget for making a cartoon series. Please, come back with that budget and tell me where we're getting that money. Because even if we'd been froggy enough to turn around and go, oh, we deserve that too. Nobody was giving us that kind of money. And then people were like, I'll write it. And I was like, who the fuck are you? And it's like, okay, you'll write it. You still got to eat. You still got bills. So what free time are you donating, unpaid, to make this happen? And then let's just say, people actually do come through and create even a pilot. Who's buying it? Who's distributing it? Mm-hmm. What about overseas rights? What about translations? What about dubbing into other languages?
Yep.
What about contracts?
Mm.
Well, it was not just a 30-minute cartoon. They're doing a whole season because they got so much money, and Amazon is taking distribution. Because let's say they had not gotten that Amazon offer, all that. And here's the thing, because I've done a Kickstarter. The money you get for Kickstarter has to go to the Kickstarter. It's not free money. And Kickstarter got a cool probably 2-3 mil right off the top before anything went in anybody's account. There are people that it's their job to do this. It was originally for a 30-minute cartoon, but now they're doing a whole season and animation and pandemic. So it's not like everything's normal. This ain't did shit. So,
and also I'm going to, because I get receipts. It wasn't a 30-minute cartoon. It was like a 5-episode or 6-episode thing that Amazon ended up doubling on their, because they wanted more. It was more than a 30-minute cartoon. I think that makes it seem like they're taking money for something so small, and it's not what it was.
It was originally.
It was a couple of episodes. It was almost like a small mini season, and now it's going to be 2 seasons of it.
And they didn't expect to even get the $750,000.
Exactly.
So, and I did a Kickstarter, and if somebody could be kind enough, because I'm still struggling to get the splinter out, to go to my... It's almost there, but...
What do you want us to do?
If someone can go to my Medium account and grab my post about the actual cost of running a Kickstarter, because it actually cost me money. It cost me another $1,200 to do that Kickstarter and fulfill it. I made no money on Kickstarter.
Is that the Some Things I've Learned one?
Yep.
Okay.
And that was just to do enamel pins, a tangible thing that people have. And I am now stuck with a 30-pound box because it was cheaper to get 100 of each pin instead of fulfilling exact numbers.
Yeah.
Well, I did not think, I also didn't think it would actually fund, but we funded literally the same day. Mostly thanks to people signal boosting. But when it come down to production costs, it was actually cheaper to get 100 of each pin made and 25 of each patch made, because it costs less money at the end of the day. So it wasn't even, I underestimated. It would have cost me even more money to just fulfill orders as is. And I don't think people realize that when they do a Kickstarter. I certainly did it, so it cost me money.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I get annoyed with the whole go make your own. And I'm like, especially someone's like, let's go make a black version of Twitch. And I was like, okay.
What?
Let me know how that works out.
What is it gonna be?
How in the hell?
Look, we ain't trying to make BET Twitch edition.
Because you're gonna be like, are you gonna call it bitch? Anymore. You're gonna call it bitch, aren't you? I'm
about to call you bitch at this point. Like, shut the fuck up, right?
Oh Lord.
Look. Oh, Gamma Liz, I can't digitally give someone an enamel pin.
Fair. No, it's just.
But that's always the answer. There's some old cat that keeps messaging me with updates to some shit I ain't asked him about. With like, look, I'm making my own, and I'm like, okay, and what do you want from me?
Like Seven Spoon, unfortunately, we did not set up captions for this because it was supposed to be a quick, just fun thing. I know it looks like Unless you can do something on your side, but I don't think so. Not for everyone.
Essentially, basically, if we look back at this and upload it to YouTube, there may be auto captions, but no, we did not set up captions for each person on this. No. Which is my note for the next time we try to do something like this, but even then, it's not that easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have my own captions on, but not for everyone else. But next time we do this, I'll ask CB for help because you put on captions for everyone for the Black as Fuck Roundtable.
Yeah. Yeah, I can help with that.
But yeah, anyone who says go make your own, and I'm like, weirdly, I actually now like have less than 2 degrees of connections of people in like Silicon Valley. But even so, it's like, and in my Facebook memories, there was a whole thing about how even for us to approach people as a startup to get that money would be a whole thing. But 2 random white dudes could walk in off the street in hoodies and have money thrown at them with nothing more than an idea. And that's the thing. And Brian mentioned it, Monomakana mentioned it. When everyone says go make your own, what they really mean is your critique of a thing I like is making me start to not like it as much. So could you actually move aside and get out of the way? That's really what they mean when they say go make your own. Because when they say if you don't like it so much, what they mean is I'm tired of listening to you complain about it, and I'm tired of listening to you make me have questions about a thing that I profess to love, so why don't you just go away?
It's a way to try to shut people up. It's a way to try to shut Black people up.
Well, the dude that said let's go make our own was another Black dude, and in his case, I think he just literally did not understand what you have to do. It's like, do you understand that there's a giant server that we connect to that goes to the fucking internet that broadcasts what we do?
Yeah.
This is not just me at home with a fucking webcam. Do you all understand how Twitch works? Hey Glenn, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás?
Oh my god, Glenn, hello, and Sierra Mist, hey, Rainbow Arcade fam in the chat.
Oh, no phone, I wasn't talking to you.
Your phone is always like, me? No. Oh.
Also, random tangent. This is like a 5-second tangent. Did I just say don't add me on fucking Facebook if I don't know you?
Oh no. Oh
Who did it?
I don't know him. You better get a bliggity block.
Who is it? Tell us.
I mean, I'm not gonna call his name out, but I really don't know.
It's not your stream. Tell us. I don't give a shit.
Some dude named John.
That's like 90% of my Facebook, but it's also mostly white bears, so you know.
Glenn, is your? Oh, never mind. You beat me to it, Brian. Never mind. I was trying to do a shout out, and Brian is moderating and talking.
Mega Man Raid. Is that a Mega Raid? Raid. What's up?
Yes. Mega Ran's the homie. How are you? Oh yeah, that reminds me. We still got to do our singing thing. Even though
now that you've listened to more Hamilton, what do you want to do?
Oh, I've listened to Hamilton. Brian was the one that hadn't listened to Hamilton.
Valid.
I was probably annoying the fuck out of my neighbors singing along with Hamill movie. Hey, DJ Rockman, how are you?
I did FaceTime with a friend. We watched Hamilton on Disney Plus. I was like, okay, I get what the fuss is all about. I also have a lot of comments and questions, but it was a lot of fun.
That's valid for any show.
It was a lot of fun to watch.
No, let's talk about
it. I understand the hype, and he's not an all-in fan, so it was okay. But I was like, all right, like, I'm glad I sat. Well, not I'm glad, but like, I'm glad I did not have the ability to pay completely inaccessible prices to try and see that shit live, because I ain't had that kind of money ever.
Yeah,
I will say though, as the theater one, I will say that is one of the few shows that I do wish I could have saw it live, because like I had a chance and then I was doing a show and I had to sell my very expensive ticket, and yes, I got all the points for it. I don't care.
No worries,
but
thank you.
Yeah, thank you for being here. But that's one of the few shows I'm like, absolutely seeing that spectacle. It's like, woof.
I mean, I got to see it in Chicago, but it was A, the Chicago cast, and B, Wayne Brady apparently hurt himself, so he wasn't playing Bird the one time I got to see it.
Wow.
Oh, I mean, and I was late to it, so
You're making a face.
Muppets do. Oh, the Muppets do Hamilton. Yeah, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah,
no.
I don't do Muppet voices for a reason because I ain't gonna be talking for a week after that shit.
No, like I'm sure I annoyed the entire fuck out of my neighbors because for a couple days in a row I was working and listening to Hamilton, and it was it's the original Broadway cast, and I was listening to going, shit, I have to still do this with you and with Kelly, and I hate life.
Take care, Steven.
Good night, Steven. Sleep well. It's just I am very self-conscious about my voice, despite what people keep saying that I can sing. I'm like, that's what you say. I've heard myself, but we also know you don't sound like how you think you sound.
When's a Hamilton singing stream? I want in on this now.
I'll
bolster you. I'll support you. I'll drink a lot.
We'll probably have to record it and put it on YouTube because I would rather not have a DMCA strike.
No, yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's gonna be the best for all of us because.
Wait, is Hamilton in Twitch Sings? Yes or no?
I don't think it is.
No, I looked for songs and no.
Because
and
I thought I saw something.
Let me check. I think it's already in my. No, everybody's asking for Hamilton, but they don't have Hamilton yet.
Because I thought I saw someone post something about Hamilton in Twitch Sings.
And Lauren, that brings up that's essentially what we talked about when I saw it. I was like, more shows need to get this because of the accessibility of it. The accessibility of Hamilfilm was amazing. And I've seen other shows that were recorded and they had a run of shows that they very specifically said, okay, for this run of shows, we are filming. We're doing multiple angles, multiple nights, multiple this. So they built that out and it was great. And that's the accessibility. And that's why most people haven't seen it. I mean, I told Tanya, like, I didn't have the ability to buy a ticket to Hamilton. I had the ability to buy a season's pass to a theater with a chance of a ticket to Hamilton. And I'm like, I can't do that. Yeah. That's not. So, yeah. So I'm hoping that there's going to be more available for this once we're able to basically do theater again.
Well, it proved that it's possible. It's possible.
Wow, you went back to Cinderella for that?
Impossible. Sorry.
Wow. Okay.
My brain just went to.
We can do that Cinderella sing along any day. Like that Cinderella sing along we can do.
My brain just went to Showgirls.
Dreamgirls?
Dreamgirls, yes. Showgirls is not the same thing at all.
No, I'm not smacking a car.
And I'm telling you.
I did Dreamgirls 2 years ago. It's pretty 2 years ago now. Actually, when I got my start in the community, I was doing Dreamgirls. I was playing Jimmy Early.
Oh my god, that must have been amazing.
It was a hot mess and a half, and I loved every second of it.
Fun
no,
fact,
that's a lie. But
Oprah booted Jimmy Kimmel from a show.
Oh, Deacon, you gotta give us one more follow-up sentence on that fun fact, please.
Yeah. I need details on that. Hamilfilm is amazing, and I only got to see it in Chicago because a friend scored tickets, and then she realized her husband is not into musical theater, and she asked if I wanted to go. Oh my goodness, Dandy! Please go to sleep.
Right, go to bed.
Oh right, you mentioned being in another country. I didn't ask what country that was, but if sleep is
as far it has to be.
Yeah.
Well,
if
UK
sleep is a thing
or
that's an option to you, and you got to work tomorrow, please consider it.
Yeah, but we can figure out. We'll probably have to record it and then just upload to YouTube, and it'll probably get muted immediately, because YouTube.
Yeah, it won't be able to be monetized, but it won't.
I think that's the main thing. Yeah. Mainly if you don't monetize it.
Yeah.
That's where they're like, all right.
I am still a few hundred away from monetization.
Ooh,
last I looked, I was at 336 views, because you now need 4,000 unique views to monetize.
Okay, mine's. Then again, my YouTube account is like super old, so mine has monetization on it.
I haven't uploaded anything.
Make sure.
I didn't upload the Black AF things to my channel, and I should have.
Oh yeah.
I sent everyone the video. I mean, you
You
should.
did, and I guess I hadn't done it because I am a whole head ass.
Um,
Mm.
but yeah.
Ooh, that's a nice resub. Thank you, Astro Marine.
Hey, Asher Marine, thank you. How are you? How do you boost all of what, Ernest? I'm probably going to upload this to YouTube tomorrow, and then you didn't hear it from me. This isn't legit, but there are ways to download Twitch VODs that are not from your channel. Wink, nudge. And I can
Yeah,
tell you,
just put it in Google.
yeah, download a Twitch VOD that's not mine.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Asher Marine.
Look, sometimes here in the States, I wake up at 4 a.m. and then I go back to sleep until 5 a.m. and then maybe I consider showering at 6 a.m.
What do you mean everyone tweet everything? I'm not sure, Ernest. Do you mean like just what we're doing, the roundtable that Omega mentioned, etc.? Danny, oh my god, eat. Everyone is going to give you the look because you haven't eaten.
I'm very, very disappointed in you.
In my defense, I got work. Wow, I like how everyone just turned on like Danny. And you know it's with love. We're not just fussing at you just to fuss at you. Thank you for the follow, Ernest. I mean, share the stream when we go live, but we're probably going to end soon because Urban Bohemian is in East Coast time, and even though I did have dinner, I have things to do tomorrow. I need to get up and do some work. It's only 9 o'clock. It's not like I'm going right to sleep.
I got my thing tomorrow. Yeah.
But this is also my second stream today because Brian and I streamed
Oh my
early.
gosh. We did.
Oh, Ernest!
Oh my gosh, Ernest Lombardi! What?
Thank you.
So that's coming in, being like, I'm supporting.
And that's the kind of support, and
that's the kind of support. We love it. We love to see it.
Thank you.
What we
Can I
say?
get hype in the chat? That was an iconic move, though. Thank you for following and subbing.
That was iconic. So you get iconic.
But things like that are just share the stream, follow us on social media, be nice on social media. Because I will block you very quickly if you're a jackass, as will all of us. But support Black creators, signal us what we're doing. Don't talk over us. Don't talk for us. So that's a good way to kind of go out. Oh yeah, yes, Maine, or yes, Maine followed. Or sub. Thank to Ernest. But everyone kind of give tips on supporting Black creators, and then what you're doing next.
Go for it, Brian.
Wow, this is actually, wow, it's hard. Tips on supporting Black creators. Support them. First off, you can do the free shit. You can show up. You can retweet their posts. You can retweet their go lives. You can basically link to their Twitter and their Instagrams and their social media. You can be in chat. And you can literally support them just by saying, hey, what's up? Or hey, this is cool. Or hey, I like your stream. Or join their discourse. There's so many things you can do that don't actually even mean giving money. But if you want to give money, subscribe to their content. So do their Patreon. Send them money on Ko-Fi or Ko-Fi Coffee. I've never really known. Whatever. You can do all those things. But honestly, support doesn't necessarily mean you're giving money. Sometimes support is just boosting somebody and introducing them to an audience they've never seen. I have friends now who are like, I told my friend about your stream and they really like it. And I'm like, that fucks me up. Like, I'm like, that's great. Thank you. But otherwise I will be, let's see, my own stream night is Tuesday. So I'll be on tomorrow, probably playing either Arcade Spirits or Dream Daddy. And then we're going to be in the Infernal Goose Game in hell on Wednesday with the people to, what are y'all, to my right, to my left?
To your right on the stream.
To my right.
To the right, to the right.
Everyone is
and who are you playing? Can you build them today?
Everybody here in a box to the right. So we're all going to be in an Infernal Goose Game on Wednesday, and then on upcoming Saturday, Tanya and I will be in Dungeon Crossing with Gary Witta, Adam Nickerson, and Shannon Woodward. And all these things, if you follow us on Twitter, you will see all things, and it's all good. But yeah, I would say the main thing is support just by showing up and and encouraging anyone, whether they're starting out or whether they're a long time. So yeah, that's me.
And I was saying, who are you playing? Because you built them today on stream.
Oh,
yes.
God.
Yes.
I am playing Fauntleroy Lacroix, human cleric. It's Lacroix, not Lacroix. They don't rhyme. It's Lacroix, sweetie. Because they'll say, wow, darling, it's a Lacroix. That is a very specific level of gay, like, era joke getting, and it's fine. But we actually built the cleric today on stream, which was the fucking most fun of all. So look at Tanya's last VOD or look at my last VOD. And you can see we actually built this character in the span of 2-3 hours. So yes, I'll be playing Fauntleroy Lacroix, human cleric, the Unity domain. Essentially, it's basically me and a brunch lover as a cleric, so it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Yes. CB.
Yeah, hi, it me. I mean, for real, the way to support Black streamers is just being what it is. Support us. Be there. It's not about It's not about amazing. I saw the word amazing that said that. It's not about money. It's not about. I mean, though that is very nice because put your mouth where your pocket is. However, it's not about money. It's about just being there physically, and not just physically, because being in chat or liking is just being a presence. That's very important. We're also not your Pokemon. If you're going to support us, don't support us so you can say, I know this person. Be there for us in all ways. Don't just do it because it's a fad to do it. Don't just do it because it's the right time to do it. Don't just do it because it's Black History Month. Don't just do it because another Black person died. Be there. That's the best way you can support us. Just do it. It's not as hard as people make it to be. Because you can keep that same energy for all of your white friends with ease. It is no different for us. The only difference is that we Black. It's the only difference. So just be there. That's what I have to say. And again, I'm an advocate because I don't give a shit. I know people might think of me in some way for it. I don't care. We got them coffees. They got PayPals. She got that support button right here. Do it. Anywho, tomorrow you can catch me doing the next installment of In Unison, which is a talk show on my channel where I duet with people in community. And tomorrow I'm talking with Joshua, aka HTT Paladin, who is the co-designer of Sina Una, which is a 5e setting based in pre-colonial Filipinx culture. We talk about not supporting a certain wizard type. You can do that by supporting things like Sina Una or Mage Hand Press or things of that nature. It's still D&D, just not tied to a certain entity. So tomorrow we're going to be talking with him. That's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be cool as fuck. Wednesday, Infernal Goose Game, which is going to be so much fun. I am very, very excited because I'm going to give you a small hint right now. So I can do it right now. Water. Okay. I am Bastard. I am wizard. I'm smart. Hey, LaCroix. Counterspell. That's my character tomorrow.
Lord. You need Andraste. You need Andraste.
And he has the biggest wizard hat you can find, like Wicked Witch of the West wizard hat, and he is so proud of it. So be ready for it's gonna be super. It's a really cool group tomorrow.
I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be
DMing,
so fun.
So it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be so fun.
Yes,
it really is.
And the conceit is they're going straight to hell.
Which is weird because a lot of people have told me in my life to go to hell, and finally I am. So
Yep. You're going right to hell. No, do not pass go. Do not collect 200 sovereigns.
Damn, I want to collect my 200 sovereigns. Oh, where's the free parking space?
Well, sovereigns are in Dragon Age in at least in Avernus.
You gotta get your settings right.
But you get soul coins in Avernus.
Okay.
Like I have actual soul coins. I don't know if you can see it, if it's gonna focus.
No, it's good.
But yes.
But yeah, that's all I'm doing. I mean, streaming and stuff. I can't think of anything else that's like I'm doing. There's a big thing I have not announced yet at all that will be getting announced hopefully within the next week. So I'll be looking out for that. But that's it.
And as for me, aside from what Brian and Omega talked about, follow people, but don't be the weirdo that's on there going, but surely you don't mean me. I'm a good white person, because that is some tiresome shit, and it will get you blocked in about 30 seconds.
Yep.
And also,
all lives matter is what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and don't be the person that's like, I hate white people too, and I'm like, congratulations, I didn't fucking ask you.
Yep.
And if you hate other white people, that's a you problem. I suggest you go find an altar, because I didn't ask you. And that's some self-serving shit to be like, you know what? I hate white people too, and I'm white. That's a whole identity crisis I can't help you with.
Mm-hmm.
And, when we talk about things, or when we say white people with the whole, oh, damn it, goes right
No, go. I mean, yes, go, yes, obviously. But
yes.
We're just gonna We're gonna take that up.
Wake me up before you go. I don't know the rest of the words though.
Hi Jazz. All those corgi butts. It's a corgi butt raid.
Corgi butt raid.
They look like little heart butts.
Yeah, but the other thing too is like, also don't apologize for being white or straight or a dude, because again, that is what we call derailing. And when you derail, you basically bring it back to you and about your feelings. Now, I've got to spend time to reassure you that you are a good white person. I ain't got time for that shit. I got things to do.
No.
Mm-hmm. And also, definitely. I shouldn't have to do this, because now, instead of dealing with whatever the issue of the day is, I gotta go, there. You're a nice white person. You're really okay. I ain't got time for that.
Yeah, not centering yourself. Like, you can definitely be agreeing, or like we would actually use the yes ASL in meetings to basically be like, yep, that's great. But centering yourself and making it about you, yeah, you have now sucked all the energy out of the room just so we put a spotlight on yourself, and that ain't cool.
Yeah, and it's just, it's very, and this will be my last thing, because since Jess just got here, I don't want to be like, thanks for rating, bye. But when people do that, and they self-proclaim themselves an ally, Brian and I had an experience at PAX Unplugged last year, because if you ever get to meet Brian, he is very much composed and gentle normally, but this woman worked both our fucking nerves. And I got the customer service, that's lovely, you can go. See? I was like, I'm not even Christian, but I need Jesus in this moment. Can the church say amen? It was that moment. That was a deep Negro spiritual sigh. We both felt that in our soul.
Yeah, I remember. Now I'm saying, because we saw so many people.
Yes.
But I'm like, no, yeah.
And the thing is that I missed this. I'm very sad I missed this.
It wasn't just that. Now, this one woman was the worst, but it was like that all weekend. And I love the fact that there was a diversity lounge, but I also hate the fact that there was a diversity lounge.
So that means you need a diversity lounge?
Right. And yeah, everybody coming by, I'm like, you can walk past the table, smile at us, and keep walking.
Now, my question.
Thanks.
Diversity, not to make this a long thing. Mm-hmm. Diversity lounge. Is it diverse as far as color goes? Is it diverse in general? What does it mean to be a diverse? Because, like, for real, I don't want a diversity lounge that says it's diversity, and we know it means for Black people and people of color, but then all the white queer people are in there.
Well, shit. Let's call a spade a fucking spade while we're here.
Yeah, no, it was.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, you know what? I'm gonna let you run with this, because yeah. It was,
So a lot of it is. So the idea of it is great. That this is a place for all these organizations to have space. Oh, my pet's Kaiju, thank you for the resub. Hey, Aegis, how are you? At PAX, Aegis, at PAX. So the idea is great. The idea being, here's a space where all of the organizations and groups that are about diversity and inclusion can have a dedicated space where, I'm going to go to the diversity lounge. There's tables, there's snacks, I can talk to people, blah, blah, blah. And the idea is we can sell stuff, we can talk to people, share our mission. But a lot of the groups, NYC Gamers and I Need Diverse Games notwithstanding, are manned by mostly white people. I know manned is not the best term, but it's 9 o'clock at night and I've been drinking. Y'all get what you get.
Jesus, Ernest, come through.
Oh my gosh, Ernest Lombardi.
Thank you.
What in the heck? I cannot handle. I cannot handle this level of hype.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
What?
That means a lot.
Can we get some love in the chat? Because that is 20 gift subs.
That's amazing.
And you just joined us tonight.
Kind.
So if you got a gift sub, please say thank you.
But no, CB, you're not wrong. Essentially, it was that like, any group that could be considered diverse / marginalized / inclusion was in there. And yeah, there were tons of white people in the room. Tons.
Yeah, but that'll be my last thing.
And we weren't even on the main you had to fucking go to Narnia to find us.
And it was not in the same place it was last year. Last year, we were right by where you picked up your badge, and you had to pass us to go to other things.
This one, you could have missed the corridor that we were down, so easily. It was just, yeah. So anyway, yeah.
I mean, Go was there last year.
Because I met Go. I met Go at the table. But yeah, it was hidden.
And that was weird because normally, at least at East and Unplugged, and West, you are literally in the way. You cannot be missed. You have to pass the Diversity Lounge, which is all of these orgs, to go into the merch hall. You cannot pass us. We have the best placement. Oh, thank you for the bid, Scamalist. Thank you so much.
How much does it cost? Weird question. I'm wondering how much it costs to have a diversity lounge.
To participants, nothing. We don't pay.
No, I mean, for it to be a thing, how much would organizations have to pay for it? Because, if that means I need to start campaigning once Corona is up and we can go back to cons, if I need to start complaining for a Black or a people of color lounge, I will. Because I'm sorry, I hate. Again, you said it, Brian, and I swear to God, I say it all the time. I hate the Oppression Olympics. I hate it so much. But it's Black people of color truly need those spaces. Because I'm sorry, a white queer person can still navigate in a white world. And it irks me that they would not, let's just put it here. Everyone go here. And then, as I'm saying in chat, it seemed like it was a white as fuck place with the POC corner. That's fucked up. Because we truly have to fight tooth and nail. And don't get me wrong. I know queer people are oppressed and all this stuff. Hey, guess what? I'm gay as fuck too. I get it. But it is so different. I'm sorry. Point blank, period. It is so different. And it irks me that that's what they would do.
Well, it's also twofold because it's not that anybody's trying to keep POC out of it. A lot of these organizations are run by white queer people.
Yeah.
I'm part of Gamer X, but Katie, much as I love her, is a white woman. Most of the people on the board are white queers. A lot of the things that I work with and that I do, and this is my last gripe, that whenever I put out a call for I Need Diverse Games for help for streamers, it's always the white queers that answer first. But it'll be the same Black folks on Twitter that holler about no opportunities and how Twitch doesn't give a shit about them. But I'm like, I have said, here is my channel. Please go roam free.
Yeah.
Where the fuck was your application to stream on our channel? When we had PAX, when we had a whole lounge, you got not just a badge, an exhibitor badge that got you more privileges. You could basically walk in and be like, exhibitor, deuces. None of you motherfuckers were out there. And I've said it before. Allie has been great. Brian helped out. I'm sure whenever we can actually go anywhere again, CB if you want to, and you get and it's not like here's just a badge. You get an exhibitor badge for working with Boost. But it's always first and foremost, all the white queers are like, oh me, I'll help. But there'd be a lot of black folks, and I noticed the chat got real quiet. Yeah, I said it. It'd be the same black folks that always be on Twitter hollering about we can't get no opportunities. Twitch doesn't care about us. People don't care about us. But there's an opportunity. You know what you could do with that exhibitor badge? You could be in the hall hours before everyone else starts and go talk to these companies before the hall opens and there's thousands of people in here. There's an exhibitor happy hour every night at PAX that you can go talk to people.
It's literally access. It's literally access. Which I was sadly too exhausted to take advantage of, but that's also what working conventions is like. So don't think you can get that badge and be like, yeah, deuces. Like, no.
Or lose the badge and be like, oh, I lost the badge, and it's like, sucks to be you then.
Bye. Yeah.
Go get a day pass. I mean, it's not in the same vein at all, but that energy is how I felt about the pro badge, the pro badge with C2E2. I was like, I have an opportunity to get something, and it doesn't do much. But I was like, as a black creator, I'm not gonna get more than this right now. At least, but also like at that point, truthfully, I wasn't as close to a lot of people, and I didn't know all of these avenues. So I was like, let me hop on this and get this opportunity just in case it doesn't happen again. And I got that pro badge.
Yeah. So Nature Check D&D, we're actually in Tiltify. However, because we're not traveling. And Travis McElroy actually just did a huge fundraising stream for us. We actually are okay. What I would say is go support the black streamers that we host. Subscribe to Brian and Omega. Subscribe to the folks that we host and we support. Game Devs of Color is this weekend, next weekend. We may have missed it. I don't remember. But they're streaming it. Support them. Find black creators and back their Patrons. Even if it's like 5 creators, you give them $1 each on Patreon a month. That's folks that you've helped. I Need Diverse Games for now, and this is a weird thing to say, we're actually okay money-wise, because we're still getting people are still supporting us on Patreon, and people have been fundraising. There's nowhere to go.
And I'll also add to that, like, there may be other charities that also could use that help, but make sure you approach them and check first. And the only reason I say that is because yes, I know you have great dumplings. I know. I miss them.
You keep talking. I'm going to get a quick bio, and then for real, we're going to wrap, because I know it's later for you.
I will only say check with them because of the situation, the state of the world that we're in, a lot of organizations that weren't expecting it got a shit ton of money. And they can't just immediately use that money. Every donation has to be cataloged, checked. In case they're ever audited, they have to say, like, an organization that used to only get $50,000 a year in donations all of a sudden gets $1 million because, because of basically people recognizing police brutality as a thing. They're kind of fucked up. They're like, well, now we have to just stop. We don't know we can't even spend this money yet because we have to make sure we've actually tracked down every single bit of it. So yeah, you can absolutely support black creators. You can support charities. You can support someone locally if they're doing good work. And again, like you can always signal boost.
Always signal boost. Like people pushing that like button, pushing that quick retweet button is so powerful. Because it gets put somebody else in view of that post that might not have seen it just by ourselves. When you see us saying, hey, we're going live on Twitch, even if you're not going to watch it, and trust me, a lot of people retweet my stuff and don't watch it, and that's fine, but you retweeted it. That means somebody is going to come into that chat. I can probably speak for you and say it's probably been like this for you, but it's 100% been like this for me. There are so many people I'm so now close to because of Twitch that I wouldn't have known if somebody else didn't retweet. There's so many people who are my regulars now in my chat, and some of them are in this chat right now. They're my regulars. And I'm like, hell yeah, but I didn't know you before this. And I guarantee you came because someone else retweeted. So retweet.
I mean, and the thing is, everyone has an audience. Even if you think your numbers are lesser or greater, everyone has an audience, and everyone and are you poor Kinky? Everyone has an audience. Everyone has a different audience. You may have eyes on your stuff that none of us reach, and that's fine. As somebody, I think I'm the one person. Hold on, I need some emotional support. I'm the one person in this channel who is not partnered. I just need views. I need people to come and chat and tell jokes and puns and make me make awful faces at your jokes and puns, and that's fine. So if you're not partnered yet, fair. But if you think, like, sometimes that's all people need. They just need people to show up, and they need people to say, hey, this person actually, I know there's a game you like that's out. This person's streaming a game you like. Maybe they're not the standard white dude who's always playing it, but they could use your views just as much, and maybe their perspective on this thing is different than what you're going to get. Mm-hmm. Just showing up helps. Retweeting helps. We always say don't talk about the numbers, but the numbers are fucking real. Any engagement helps. So yeah, doesn't matter if you have lesser numbers or more. I don't like to say small or large because I don't want to apply that like dynamic to anything, but it all helps. And it's free. The retweet button is free. Free. Save it for a meme. Save it for a meme. Save it for a climate denying bullshit. Save it for getting in that Twitter fight that you actually don't even have the energy to finish tonight because you got to go to bed, and retweet somebody who's streaming.
Yeah. And with that,
but also Brian needs to be partnered. You're right. With that, Brian needs to be partnered. So make sure you're following him right now. Period.
Yes, Brian's got a pending application. It's been out there for a little bit, so we need to make that happen.
But yeah, I mean, just like you'd support anybody else, it's really easy to support content creators. If they do something that you don't necessarily want to pay for, fine, it's fine. But wait a second. Gun Sephiroth. It's a really good song. If you go to Spotify, listen to the original Eurovision version of that by the Mamas. It's really good. It was Sweden's entry for Eurovision this past year. Or this year.
Okay.
My favorite Eurovision is still Conchita Wurst.
Interesting, yeah. That was a really amazing year.
That was a really good year.
That was a really good year.
But anywho, sorry.
Yeah,
what's happening?
Yes. But I'm going to leave y'all with this. Come watch Brian. He's going to be on tomorrow. Your usual time, 3 Eastern, 3:30 Eastern. Brian, 3:30 Eastern tomorrow?
3:34. I've had a few days off work, so work may run long, but obviously I'll tweet if it's going to be late. But yeah, we've got 3:30 tomorrow Eastern.
Oh, and I'm going to raid you tomorrow too, because you'll be going after I get done for sure.
Okay.
So get all them views.
So in a chew, nobody here gives a fuck about you coming in.
What?
Nobody here works for Red Bull. So
that was so random.
Super random.
Hold on. The chat keeps moving, so hold on.
Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Let me just...
Goodbye.
Nope, there you go.
Read the room. That was so random. We didn't even mention Red Bull.
Nobody...
And what's worse is I've seen the same format where company did thing and woke and BLM. So that is just some prime trolling bullshit.
Yeah. So what we not gonna do is get into the discourse with a fucking rando, because here's the thing.
Accurate.
If y'all think Black Lives Matter and Antifa is terrorism, you haven't been paying attention, because we got more white domestic terrorists than anybody black ever. Because my black ass can't get a gun and don't want one. When you got secret police in Portland and they're coming to Chicago next, that's not terrorism. Black Lives Matter ain't about it, though. Let's not get that shit twisted. Because I'm still a girl from the south side of Chicago, and I will fucking come find you if you want to bring it. So don't come in my stream with this shit.
Oh, good Lord. I'm actually looking up the story, and I'm like, yeah, no.
And I'm sure it's not real.
No, it is. It is. But
wait, what story are you looking up?
The Red Bull thing. I'm not sure what the fuck we can do about a company that is in Austria. So enjoy that.
Right. And it's like we're in America and they don't give a fuck about us. So anyway, you can find me. So Wednesday you can find us back here, 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern. Infernal Goose Game with Brian, Omega, Quiddy, Gabe Hicks. His Twitch is Gabe James Games. He needs to shorten that fucking Twitch. I swear to God.
Or make it not an actual like trap. The name itself is a trap.
Yes, thank you for resubbing. And our homie B. Dave Walters, who is raising money via Indiegogo to do a documentary called Dear America from a Black Man. We're going to be spamming that in the chat and talking about that. He's at like $22,000 for it. I don't know what the total he's seeking, but he's doing that Indiegogo. And then Thursday, Dragon Age resumes. Thirsty Thursday. I am the DM for that. Fenris is the Inquisitor, and unfortunately, unfortunately for us, but Eugenio got a paid gig on Thursday, so he's not going to be with us. But Gabe is joining the game on Thursday nights.
Awesome.
Nice. We're going to figure that out. I have to talk to Gabe. And then Friday, I'm not talking to anyone or talking because my voice will probably be shot after 3 days in a row. And Saturday, more Dungeon Crossing. And then Sunday's Rivals Waterdeep and Aegon in the evening. So my life is all about RPGs this week.
Wow.
And, I'm trying to do more content, try to do more for you all, and I'm working on things in the background to try to bring more content, not just here, but to ID Diverse Games. So once I get some emails, I can talk about things, but I'm trying to get more content there. I have a very busy week. Tomorrow is my only day where I don't have anything till 7 p.m. in terms of a meeting. But yeah, it looks like our buddy Data Dave is on. He's playing Paper Mario. And Dave is part of the Rainbow family. He came out last year, made me super happy. And Dave is just a sweet, gentle, kind person. And I adore him. So let's go raid him, show him some love, see what he's doing in Paper Mario. And I'll see you in Brian's chat tomorrow, and I'll be there to moderate. And if you act out, I'll ban you.
She will, though.
Raid data _
Streamers are nice because we have mods. So
what? What is Dave?
Let me know if you need me to have a sword in your chat, because I'll be there too afterwards.
Oh, Dave doesn't have an underscore in his Twitch name.
Got it.
Because I'm just like, his Twitter name has an underscore. Oh yeah, CB, you finally got rid of the underscore in your name.
Yeah, congrats CB on getting that underscore.
I was very excited, and I feel slightly bad for the person who had it, but like you weren't using it, and you probably took it just because, so it's mine now. Bye.
Fair.
All right, thanks for hanging out, Brian and Omega. Thanks for hanging out and this real talk and a chance to do that. And see you over in Dave's channel. Go say hi, be nice, and I'm gonna finish this wine. Go to fuck to sleep. Good night.
Night all.
Shit.
Oh my God! And that's how we end the stream.
That is the perfect. That's like that extra bonus track in the background.